Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, BeefLoaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, MySoxSummer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Chorizy-E.
Thank you, Chorizy. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. Remember the drinking rules. If BeefLoaf calls himself a menace or talks about gilfs, you drink. If MySoxSummer begs for free shit or gets piss on his hands, you drink. And if I talk music or say, here's the thing, you drink. And of course, you can make all of us drink for just $1.08 or more. But speaking of drinking, fellas, what are you drinking? BeefLoaf. What are you drinking tonight?
We're running it back, kids. We're running it back with the cognac. I got the Glacier back up. We're like Leon Phelps. Different glass though. I'm going out of the BeefLoaf allegedly glass. That's the
that's a good glass.
Good glasses. These are wonderful. I don't use them enough, so I had to get a little taste out of there. I feel like I put a nice dent the last show into the bottle. I think we're gonna knock it out this show. I probably won't drink as fast, hopefully. So. Very good, delicious stuff. Thank you.
I was just using that glass myself. Mine's different, obviously. Rich did them to each of our personalities, which was awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I was drinking a little Templeton last night, just to take the edge off the day,
There's no question.
Good time. MySoxSummer, what are you drinking? You still going for your 800 packet Guinness from Costco?
Still got it. Still drinking. Actually had 2 in the fridge down here. I was like, oh shit, I don't have any cold. But that's really not a problem when you're drinking Guinness. Like you can drink it a little warm. It's not that bad. And because it's right by the sliding glass door, it was basically refrigerator temperature anyway. So it's no big deal. But I got a little bit of shit from our guy Jerry O'Sullivan because I've been drinking out of the plastic or the metal.
Cup.
Yeah. He's like, dude, I'm gonna bring you a glass tonight because I'm tired of seeing you drink out of that. And I go, I have one. I go, but I'm afraid because I don't want it to get too close to the things and I spill it all over the place. And he's like, stop being a pussy and use a fucking glass. And so tonight I definitely threw it in my Guinness glass. I go, I need the bigger one. That's like 18 ounces or something. He's like, no. You have to have it in the 16. So it goes right to the top. And I was like, that's what I'm worried about, Jerry. I don't think you understand here.
Beautiful.
He called you a bitch, actually. I mean, he was really up in your shit. That was impressive. I was happy to see
it.
Is it a real Guinness glass too? You gonna chug it to like the middle of the name?
It's a little
get and then pop it out.
No, you gotta drink it down to the middle of the name. Like the line should go right.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
okay, nice. Yeah. That's the first drink. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, well I'll try.
If you can't do that, you're a limp dick pussy, is what they say.
Thanks.
Yeah, Jerry's gonna be upset about that then too, right?
I don't know if I'm thinking of the right thing, but never mind.
I fucking hate you.
Oh wait, it gets way worse for you this show.
Tracy, what are you drinking, my friend?
Just kidding.
What did I do?
It will get worse.
Our buddies, the Bums, the other day, they were doing a like Mexican beer thing. So I was like, man, I get some Mexican beer for this one. But like over the weekend, with all the stuff we did, all the SoxFest stuff, the after party, just in a summery mood,
Still tired.
And I don't give a fuck how cold it is outside. So I got me some Pacificos.
Hell yeah.
Attaboy.
It's one of my favorite summer beers. But fuck it, man. I could drink it in February. I got a space heater on me right now, getting me to like 80 degrees right now, sweating. Beautiful.
He's warm because he had to run up the stairs on my side. He's
holy shit.
He's sweating right now, running up the stairs.
Getting that butt work in. I love it. Blasting that booty. Gotta love it. Uh-oh.
There's no question on it.
Oh my God. He died.
He's back now. You're back, baby. You're back.
You were frozen.
I hate this Bridgeport internet. Man.
You need to upgrade and get T-Mobile like I did.
Yeah, don't tap into mine. Leave my internet alone, Chorizo.
I'm working off my neighbors. That's the problem.
That's a good rule.
Beef, how you doing tonight?
You know what, boys? I'm not sure. and I need to run something by you guys to try to figure out how I'm really doing. I had an encounter.
Let's do it.
Recently. I was going to work the other day. It was one of the first days it warmed up a little bit, so it's not as cold. Where I didn't have the fur-lined jacket on. I had the Marmot, And I'm rolling up. I think I'm walking up Jackson or something like that. And I'm like halfway up the block, and I make eye contact with someone who is like giving me a little point, like that they know me, so they're pointing at me.
Oh no!
And as I focus in a little bit, I see it's our old pal Austin Zick. And I know Austin works very close to where I work, so this is not like outrageous that we would see each other, whatever. So we see each other out into the street. We're on the sidewalk, kind of in front of where he works, and I work a little bit further away. And I go for the handshake, and he goes for the handshake too. Now, but I'm going for the handshake. I'm going handshake into the bro hug, little shoulder. Yeah. He gives me the straight on businessman handshake. He goes straight up. No, so I said, okay, all right, fine. We're business attire, all this stuff's fine. So we shake or whatever, and then we bullshit for a second, and everything's good, everyone's good, yeah, good, okay. And then when he's well, I got to get in the office, and then when he starts walking away, he goes, "Well, see you on opening day," and walks away. So I thought, okay, at first I didn't think that much of the stiff handshake, and then I'm walking close to the office, and then I started thinking a little bit. And I was thinking, recently,
did you talk shit about him?
Was reminding me how some of the gays are not a fan of the BeefLoaf. And so I want to ask you guys, you think it's gotten around at the meetings? We're now Austin. We used to be boys. MSS, me and Austin, we drank a 6-pack each outside the park one time when he biked down. Let's just get drunk before we go in the stadium. Just the three of us standing around there before 108 was a big thing. We're a small thing, whatever known. And but he gave me the stiff. There was no opportunity for the hug. I'm wondering if I am low on the list now with the gays. They're on the fuck BeefLoaf train. What do you guys think?
Hold on a second. What jacket were you wearing?
I had my Marmot jacket, and I got
Wait. Is that the big ass parka?
No, that's not the fur line thing. This is a black, sleek kind of like it's
like those North Face.
Yeah, it's a nice jacket. I mean,
one of those
jackets are nice jackets.
Puffy jacket.
A little puffs, but not big puffs.
I was thinking you were wearing the big one, and that's an intimidating hug.
You can get the hood line, come over the top and get you, like.
Not everyone wants to hug an Eskimo.
He's tall, he's got long arms, but he doesn't want to embarrass you either and not be able to reach around. Like he can't touch hands in the back because you're too fat and with the jacket.
Absolutely. No, there's no question about it,
And maybe he's just looking out for you and he's like, oh man, I don't want, all Mr. I almost called you by your Twitter name, Mr. Delicious's friends. Like if I don't know if I'll almost did it again. If BeefLoaf's fucking coworkers, maybe they'll think he's gay because they know I'm gay, and I don't want to give him one of those. But I don't think
that seems like a far-fetched thought.
That's a pretty far-fetched one.
Austin had to really tell me he was gay before I realized he was gay because he was yelling. I remember when he yelled at
10 years ago. So we all know that now. So that's why it brings in my question here.
But I think beef, it's just awkward, like seeing someone in public and giving a handshake, especially
and you're in full business attire before the day starts. It's not the end of the day. It's the beginning of the day.
Dirty.
It's already awkward. You're gonna go in the exchange is gonna be awkward. I'm surprised one of you didn't try and fist bump with the other one open hand.
With open hand? No, that didn't happen. Luckily, but when he says in the comments, he says, "Is that the one that's shedding feathers?" Maybe that's why I don't have. It is the one that's shedding feathers. I got the feather shed but it's in the lower back. There's no way you could have seen it. And the feathers aren't flowing out like that much. Like you might get a couple, 2, 3 sheds per walk, but he can't see my back. He can only see my forward. And you guys know what a striking figure I cut. You're not looking at around the sides or anything. You're cut right at the beak is where you're focused in. No question about it. So
maybe he
as much as I don't want him to like you, as much as I want him to have some kind of beef with you, I'm gonna guess it's just awkward in public handshake that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. I mean, just because he's gay doesn't mean he's not above being awkward in public, And
it's not like he walked away and said, "And by the way, fuck you, asshole." Like it's
yeah.
He did make a I'll see you opening day kind of thing.
Right. There we go.
That's polite. So okay, all right.
Less than 2 months away.
I don't know. I hear a lot of things, and I just got to make sure where I stand with certain people. You think you're good, and then you're not good. And you don't even know why you're not good. So you know
that's true. It happens.
The thing is, I just don't care. Not about you.
Too.
Yeah, no. I knew what you meant.
And we both like Austin too. I like Austin. He's awesome.
Austin's great. Yeah, I love Austin. He's the best.
MySoxSummer, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good. And I don't know if you guys know, but they just launched the Chicago sports station 104.3 this week, and I'm pretty excited. Like that's something new, right? Like it's just like the AM talk station, but it's on fucking FM. And it's the station that used to play the jams that I actually liked. And now it's replaced with my favorite fucking afternoon hosts, morning, midday sports people. And I was not under the impression that they were going to change the name of the radio station. I thought 670 The Score was pretty good, right? Like it's kind of like HBO. You know, when HBO decided to go Max, you know, or HBO Max, It seemed like it kind of cheapened a little bit because, you know, you were like, I have HBO. And I don't, Skinamax is Skinamax. You know, they're for two different things. HBO watching actual movies, Skinamax for later when you want to do something.
And then when you
combine them,
but
you're like,
it's not even a combination.
Cheaper product. Huh?
That's the crazy thing. It's not a combination of the two.
No.
HBO Max is just HBO.
It's just HBO. Yeah.
Max Cinemax is still separate.
That's right.
It's complete insanity to me. But aside, I did not know that 670 it just rebranded itself as 104.3, the Chicago sports station. Because when I ask my Alexa when I come in after the gym and say, Alexa, play 670 The Score, they go, tuning into 104.3, Chicago sports station, The Score. And I'm like, it's not 104.3, it's 670 The Score. And it drives me nuts. And Loaf, we had a brief talk about it today in our little like chat. And it's the audio is great, right? It is it's great. But
FM versus AM?
It's almost
better. Always been much better.
Too great. It's almost too good because it's so dull now because they're just guys talking. You need to put something behind it, maybe use a little bit more of the audio. It just doesn't feel right. Like sports radio on the AM was dirty and it's like you had that hum and you're like, okay, now I'm listening to something. These are guys that are just coming out. Now it seems like it's supposed to be really professional. And I'm listening to some of these guys and I'm like, no, this isn't professional, and it hasn't changed. You know, like the people still have not changed. It is the same thing. I'm not thrilled. Did you guys get to listen to 104.3 this week or not at all?
I listened to it just as a sample because I don't listen to a lot of 670 to begin with, but the lineup's just not for me. But I listen to a little as a sample. It's much more crystal clear, or whatever. What's funny, had me cracking up on Twitter, is Ken W.O. listened kind of the first day, and he's like, "Oh man, this sounds so much better in the commercials, whatever." And then the next week goes, "Oh no, I can hear someone breathing on the mic. Fuck this! I'm going back to 670." I was like, "Well, there are differences in sound quality. You're gonna have to control some of those things. You have to be a little more of a radio professional on the FM. It's gonna pick up a lot of shit, you know." Like,
yeah. So that was the thing. Chorizy, did you listen to it at all or no?
No, but we got a lot of drinks backed up. So let's
do the drinks. That's all I really wanted to say was I just thought it was weird that they branded themselves an FM station now, and they had a really good brand, and now it's okay. See ya.
Wait, are these the last week drinks?
Are they?
Is that what those? Yeah, I was gonna say. I think we have 2 drinks right now.
Oh, you messed me up. Yes, it did.
I don't know why it kept it in there, but I know in mine I had to delete it out of there. Maybe it's because you use the same studio.
Yeah, I think so.
In the new StreamYard,
the StreamYard is tripping me up.
It's got some new features. There you go.
We do have 2 drinks though. Jackie Treehorn says, "Let's get 67 wins, boys."
Yep,
we're in the 70s this weekend.
Jackie, I heard that I saw that you put the bet down. So he threw down tonight over 66.
I love it.
Let's go.
I love it. Gordo says, "Cheers, boys! Great show on Saturday." Cheers, Gordo. Glad you're here.
Gordo, it was great to see you, my friend. Been a minute.
All right. Well, we didn't quite have as many drinks as I thought. But yeah, MSS, to your point, though, I am surprised that they changed the logo. I'm just wondering if that's a short-term bit. Because the Twitter account is just the Score Chicago. So they might just, be like, hey, if you want this, go over there and then bring back the 670 logo or use them interchangeably. Who knows? But But I agree. Like you had a great brand. Just be like, hey, we're on 104.3 now too.
Yeah. Is this like a new thing?
It just
like,
doesn't roll off.
Is somebody like on the FM dial and going, wait a minute, what is this? Like sports talk radio in Chicago? I'm gonna listen to this now. Like I had no idea it existed. And in other name, 670 The Score. Like everyone knows 670. Like I mean, I don't know.
Doesn't FM radio have a much longer reach than AM radio? And that's kind of like part of the reason to do it.
You know what's funny?
I don't know.
You say it probably does because B96 broadcasts out of top of their antenna, which I think this is where the Scores is too, because I think they're all under the same umbrella, is on the top of the Sears Tower. So it broadcasts out pretty far. So it gets a little bit bigger. But like, they were saying, well, now you can listen to us on Lower Racker. But every time I go under the fucking viaduct on 35th, fucking 670 would cut out, but it still did it on 104.3. Like it still is gone. Like, I mean, I don't know what is in that viaduct on 35th, but it does. I don't want to know.
Right?
I thought this was accurate, but AM has a longer broadcast distance than FM.
It does. Okay. I would have thought FM was longer, but just clearer, I guess. That's interesting. You know?
How you doing, Chorizo?
I'm doing good. I actually saw a couple articles this week I wanted to bring up to you guys. The first one, I saw this, and the article is titled, Employee had a British accent for 3 years at his job, but when it suddenly stopped, it sparked confusion and HR drama. So this dude basically starts a new job, has a fucking proper British accent, does this for 3 fucking years. They were like, we'd ask him questions about the UK, which he'd always have answers for. Like he said he was from like just outside of London, like this whole bit. And then like one day just like drops the accent by mistake. And they're like, what the fuck just happened? And like, they're like, it was just a moment, but like everything fell apart at that point. And like someone went and found his old Facebook account, and like turns out he's a guy from Indiana who's never even been to the UK. And now, Beef, I know you're an open book at work, right? You're like,
absolutely. Everyone knows. I mean, I even put our show on blast in an email, and some people from the office came to the show.
MSS, you done some shit like this? Tell us about the time you did some shit.
No, but immediately I think of Police Academy when George Martin is like, it's just regular with me, George Martin, and like he was like trying to make it all fancy for the ladies, but that he was just really George Martin. And like I've never done that. I don't think I could pull it off, to be honest. Like I'm not.
Well, I don't think the British accent, but I'm just like, did you ever have some bullshit story that you stuck with for like extended a period of time?
No, I think my my life, some of the stuff is just ridiculous enough that people are just like, seriously? Like, really? Like, I think the podcast, this whole 108 thing blows a lot of people's minds. Like they're just like, huh, never would have pictured you as a podcaster for White Sox baseball, of all things. Like my one buddy Burnsy, who before he passed was like, "This never would have pictured this," and I was like, "Yeah, well, here it is."
So then the other article that I saw was our guy Kurt sent me this article, and this is the title of it: Diamond dealing billionaire died during penis enlargement operation. Surgeon is given suspended sentence in France. Okay. In the article, so the dude getting the injections is like 65. It says the 65-year-old was having injections in his penis to make it larger at the time of his death. But this is the stock photo they use right underneath that line. That can't be the needle. The needle is like 12 inches in this picture. And now I know it's just a stock photo, but it made me think, boys, we got to up our thumbnail game, because this is what we're competing against. We're competing against giant needles for dicks. And we can't just keep living off of the one beautiful mustache picture. I'm challenging you guys.
I agree with Southside Jeff. He died of a heart attack seeing that needle. I would too, man. Where are you sticking that? Goodness.
See, I feel like JT should have wrote that as like JT just died of a heart attack, and then wrote JT's wife after that. Like it would have like kept up the image that maybe he actually did die seeing that needle.
I didn't. So how does the penis enlargement surgery work? Do they put, they got a sleeve in there? What do they got going on here?
Well, no, it almost sounded like Botox, like because they were injecting the fucking
stuff in there,
with
little
something. No. But like what there's, I mean, like that's kind of like secondary to the story because like they're doing this thing and the guy like starts going into cardiac arrest and they're like, well, he's got an ulcer, he's probably just fine, and they just keep going, let him die on the fucking table.
Gosh. Holy moly.
Huge dick, though. And he went out with a huge schwanz. That's what he always wanted, so it's fine. Never got to use it. But
at least hopefully they got a couple pictures of him at the end so that at least someone could see it,
But that's just a lesson out.
Put it next to his casket when he dies.
If you have heart issues and an ulcer, and you take tons of illegal prescription drugs to get erections and be more sexually active, and then you also get injections into your dick, you might die. Just an FYI, just a public service announcement. All those things combined, apparently not great. So, but especially that fucking needle is not great either.
No, not fun at all.
My gosh.
Go ahead and pay some bills, my friend.
All right, let's do that.
Lent is just around the corner, and while you're giving something up, you shouldn't have to give up flavor. Whether you're observing Lent or just looking for the best catch in town, Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp has your Friday and every other day covered. From our legendary jumbo shrimp to our perfectly seasoned fried catfish, we've been serving up the city's favorite seafood since 1950. It's crispy, it's golden, and it's always Jesus approved. After all, he knew a thing or two about a good fish dinner. Remember, Lawrence's has 4 convenient locations for all your holiday feasting needs. 2120 South Canal Street, 3242 West 87th Street in Evergreen Park, 50 South Manheim Road in Hillside, 3248 Vollmer Road in Olympia Fields. Order ahead to avoid the wait at chicagoshrimp.com. And remember what Jesus said to his followers: follow me and I will make you fishers of men. But if you're just hungry, go to Lawrence's.
Yep.
Would have been incredible if that would have cut into Lawrence's introducing sausages now.
Well, it was fitting, as JT said, and perfect.
All right. Well, it's time for a little White Sox talk. I think.
Oh yeah.
We got to get into the.
You like those new ones? I got 3 new ones.
I did. I saw them in the background. The first time I've seen it on the screen. It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I don't know who that guy is, but
I don't either.
Looks handsome.
Oh, yeah, there's no question.
If he had on clear rimmed glasses, I would know who it is.
Even better.
And a very dark gray beard.
Yeah. But so SoxFest was this weekend. SoxFest day 1. Well, actually, I feel like there's actually 3 days, and there's that fancy corporate one before us now on Thursday, but we didn't go to that. But our first SoxFest
we didn't get to go to that.
Was the season ticket holder one. And I'll tell you, guys, I had a great time. I don't know that I learned anything about the White Sox that day, but I just had like 100 beers with all the boys from all the different podcasts and stuff that were hanging out. So that was a lot of fun. Beef, what did you think about the event itself?
Yeah, similar, Chorizy. We had made a concerted effort that even though we had media credentials for Friday, we're like, well, we want to go and just drink our faces off and do the season ticket holder thing. It's meant for season ticket holders. And we used to love when they had the the event the night before in the old days before COVID. That was usually such a nice thing. The drinks were flowing nicely. I don't know if it was because it was free, but it was so fast to get a drink. Like you can get a drink or several drinks instantly. Very nice setup with regards to that. They had some panels and stuff. I couldn't hear that well, to be honest with you. We were in the upper level, or we were in the lower level, but at the back. So back by the bar on the left-hand side. And I could hear the Mentalist better than I could hear any of the panel stuff. The panel stuff, I don't know, like the sound just wasn't, or maybe I just wasn't, close enough to hear it. But the Mentalist I did hear, and I booed him right out of the gate. I don't know if you guys knew this. I wanted to get the Mentalist fired up. I hit one of his things right out of the gate just to try to get the thing going. He seemed to perform much better after I booed him too. So that was
you took care of that for sure. I think the sound piece though, Beef, is that like they're not like loud talkers, the people that are on the panel.
Right.
And so they're not used to using the mics. and you can only make the volume so loud.
Right.
And so as soon as it's like they're low talking and someone can't really hear it, you just kind of turn into that conversation next to you. And then now everybody's talking in the back.
Right.
And so now you don't have any chance. Like you would have to get away from everybody to hear anything. But MSS, you were up there in front. You got down in the pit.
I was.
How was it down there?
So I was glad you guys told me what you were doing, because I figured that's what you were doing. You're just up there housing beers, and I'm proud of you guys for doing that and taking advantage of that. And they are quick with beers. I agree with you, Loaf. You don't really wait long, and they come over there and give you a beer. We rolled in. I brought my girls, and this was their first time that they'd ever requested to go to SoxFest. I mean, since it's been re-entered, right? So like, my daughter had been before one time and got to meet Tim Anderson, but she was like 2 years old and just fresh potty trained. So, like this is a whole different one. This was like, now she can yell at me and make fun of me. And my other daughter wasn't even around at that point. So we're just kind of like going, and we had made plans. We were like, we're going to get these autographs. These are the people we want. This is what we're going to do. And the first thing we do was go upstairs and stand in a line that was going nowhere for no reason. And then said, you know what, let's go downstairs. We'll stand by the stage. Cause I'm like, this is where the people are going to be coming out on the stage. Cause it was similar to last year. So we're like stage left, like if you're facing the stage to the right, and we're just down there waiting. And like Sox brass keeps coming out and we saying hi. This is a nice reunion, for us and Sox, front office people. We don't really see them all winter. And like, so now we're hanging out. Everyone's saying hi. We're doing all this. And the girls are like, we're ready. We got the balls ready to go. Everything's fucking going. And like the girls were excited. They did the introductions. The players come out of that little tube, and they were walking straight across like in front of us. And one of the first people that they introduced is Chris Getz. And we walked in with Chris Getz to SoxFest, which was just crazy to me. Like that Chris Getz is entering the same entrance as the like regular fan. Like there's got to be a place to put him somewhere where you can just walk in and not have to deal with this. But he had to deal with us. So I'm like walking. I
gotta check if he's got a gun.
What? Right. I was like, hey, I go, there's Chris Getz. And my daughter goes rather loud, who's Chris Getz? And then so when we go up there, I never wanted to miss a chance to embarrass my daughter. And I was go, Chris, my daughter doesn't even know who you are. And so she's like, who's Chris Getz? And he goes, well, I don't know if I should be that famous. And I go, oh, no, I told her. I go, you're one of the most badass GMs in the game of MLB baseball. And he's like, yeah. And so then he was happy. So when he comes out, he gives us 2 T-shirts, like because they're throwing out T-shirts to everybody. And we're like, all right, cool. We got 2 T-shirts. Next people that come out, you see 2 cute little girls sitting there. Here you go. Here's 2 T-shirts. Now we got 4 T-shirts. We got up to like 12 T-shirts, and we're just giving them to people behind us because we're like, we don't need these T-shirts.
We're
but like
selling them on eBay.
Oh no, believe it. But when Tanner McDougal came out, he rifled that T-shirt like into the upper deck. Like he threw it as hard as he possibly could. I was like, yes. So that was fun. They got to high five their players, their favorite players, and all that stuff. And we just had a good old time. Now I agree. The panels were, oh my God. First of all, the one where they had the fans coming up asking their questions was like totally in extremely scripted. And it was like, this isn't even fun. Like, and not for the reason, oh, you don't have any balls, just take a question, but just let them ask the question the way they want to. Because they were like, I noticed in 2025 that you had done blah, blah, blah. And they're reading it. It doesn't even sound natural. Like, that's not fun. So no one's listening to that and everyone's jabbing. And then they moved into the mentalist. I'm not a big mentalist fan, but my daughters love that shit and ate that up like nobody's business. And when they did the calculator trick at the end, their mind was blown, so they love that. And then announcement of all of the promo items, love that. And then, our guy Colin was like, stay right here, because he knew they were going to come out and give away those bobbleheads. Shockingly, I did not get one of those fucking promo bobbleheads. And I saw yelled at Mike. I saw that
strongly written letter coming.
I told Mike, I was like, dude, how do I not get one of these? I need the promo. He's like, those are the only ones we had. They gave them away. I'm like, that's nuts. So that was pretty awesome. So for all those people that got those, you can hit me up on Twitter, and I will definitely make an offer. Exactly. So I thought that was cool. I had told you guys before this, we were like, oh, I'm going to see this through the eyes of my kids. I want my kids to just have a good time because I want to do this with them, every year. And they seem to have a really good time. I came over and joined you guys after, the players. We got some autographs. We got Tanner McDougal. May got my oldest, Little Miss Shortstop. She got Chase Mydroff, who she wanted for a really long time. My youngest one was like battling to get Colson Montgomery. Colson was not signing. He was waiting until he was supposed to go up and do his own little signing thing, his little area. And the security guard knows she wants him because she is bummed out because she like offered it to him and he kind of just walked away from her. And he's like, the security guard goes, he's right here, right back here. Just stick your hand through the thing and maybe he'll sign it. And she did not want to go over there and by herself. And then I feel like Brooks Boyer walked over there with her and like she like put it up and he totally signed it for her, which was awesome. So she got that and she was so excited. Then after that, she wanted to leave before that. She was like, oh, I'm getting tired. And then she signed that and she's jumping around. It got her so excited. I got Shane Smith on the game ball that he pitched at our bobblehead night, which was cool. Got to meet him. And then I got Kyle Teal, got to say, go Team Italy. He was like, yeah, hell yeah. So that was fun. Now, I came and joined you guys at the end of it, and my daughters are running around while I'm housing free Blue Moons, and because that was awesome. Like Blue Moon free is the best Blue Moon. They come back, and they got something in their hands, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? They got the the event used jerseys from.
These are stolen. These are definitely stolen.
Well, how did my kids steal this?
They got a good teacher.
Oh, you stop. And then we got Sheriffin too. So I thought that was cool. And like as my daughter told you, they got the CME patch on there too, which is gigantic on here. Holy Christ. As my daughter told you, those are ours. Make sure you tell everyone those are ours. And he doesn't get those. So those have been hanging upstairs. So that was the event to me. I think it finally spoke to me. And they told me what they were looking for and what it was going to be. And watching my daughter's reactions makes me think that they're on the right path for the next thing. It's not the old thing anymore. It's not the old SoxFest. So if you're looking for an autograph fest, go somewhere else. It's not. I don't think SoxFest is going to return to that. So
let's get a quick drink here from our guy Danny Reyes. He says, "Dope ass show on Saturday, fellas. Front row is a must now. Cheers, Danny.
Cheers,
Danny. Appreciate you.
You stuffed the cheers up, even though.
Except for you rooting against me against Sammy P in the one-on-one basketball matchup. You're going to regret this, Dan. You're going to regret going against the BeefLoaf, all right?
I wonder if Danny still has Sam's wallet and credit cards.
I think that was given back during the show. Still.
Okay.
That's before I blacked out, so I remember that.
Yeah.
Sammy. He was electric.
Now, Chorizy, one other thing from the first night in the event, other than the fact that we wore tuxes. I'm going to go out and say that we were better dressed than the White Sox personnel, and they were starting to notice it. They rolled up. A bunch of people that we knew rolled up and noticed it, especially Ross. So Ross comes up.
Because Ross was the closest to being as dressed.
He was the closest. He was looking good, and he felt like the three of us were looking pretty sharp. And then he said, he rolls up to me and you, and he's like, did they tell you about what's going to happen tomorrow with the food? And we're looking at each other like, what? No, we have no idea. He goes, oh man, there's going to be a thing, a promotion tomorrow. And now we didn't attend day 2 in an official capacity. We'll get to that in a second. We were media capacity for day 2. Yep. But I guess, and we find this out on the second night, is that they decided that they were going to do some phony food that the players are going to have to eat. In the lower left-hand corner there of the picture, you see right behind Shane Smith, is what they call the 108 Mystery BeefLoaf. And you'll see in the second picture, they were voting on whether or not Shane Smith would have to eat the 108 Mystery BeefLoaf. Now, MySoxSummer, I feel like you knew about this a little before we did. We did not know this was going on until Saturday.
Bit,
but the 108 Mystery BeefLoaf had cricket inside of it. Is that correct? What's the deal here? Why are they using my name, our likeness, And then
I
no pay.
noticed
That's what I want to know.
they put a space in there to not infringe.
They
on
did.
copyright.
Yeah, they did. Kind of like how we do the Batter Man different. Yeah,
Right.
I saw that too.
They got us back.
Motherfucker.
They got us
Hey.
back now.
Yeah.
These guys have been ripping us off for years. It's finally time to rip them off. Our guy Colin came up to me and he was saying, do you miss it this year? Not being a part of the stage show, like in some capacity, or being a part of the SoxFest. I said, absolutely. And they had offered us to do something there, and it just wasn't going to work out. Like if we could have done it Friday night, that would have been fine, but we couldn't. We would have had to done it Saturday. And it was like, listen, we got this other thing going, and we're trying to pretend that we're media. So like, let's do this. You know, let us like be professional-ish. So he's like, I'm like, but trust me, we want to be a part of this. So going forward, if you have anything for us, like always come bounce it off us during the season. If you need something, let us know. And he's like, absolutely, absolutely. He walks away. He comes back and goes, I forgot to tell you, you guys actually are part of the show tomorrow. And I was like, really? I go, are we in some video or something you're showing? Best bobblehead of the year or something? You know what? He's like, no. He's like, actually, he says, it's like, they're going to have this show, like Fear Factor-ish thing. And one of the things is they're making a meatloaf with raw onions and crickets in it and calling it the 108 BeefLoaf. And I was like, that's fucking great. I go, they're going to love that. He's going to love it.
We got to get our hands on some of this.
We do. They got to make some for us. You know?
assuming-
It might be disgusting. I mean, like, who knows? But we got to at least try
ate it.
You know?
I mean, we watched the video and the guy didn't like
Joey P
throw
saying
up
the
or
crickets
anything.
are delicious. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
so-
go.
Well,
I mean, it's just
the
like
big
fucking
delicious
protein.
fried grasshopper, right? But like, I don't know
Yeah.
if crickets. I don't know how crickets are, but we'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So I think it's the chef that does all their stuff. So I'm sure we can get them to make one for you.
And then I'm
We
sure
just-
it's
we
good,
just-
too.
Put it in Brooks' ear, and we'll be eating it during a game next year. you
Now, I
know?
saw a
So-
video, which I didn't clip in here. I don't want to waste our time watching
Yeah,
the video.
yeah.
But he does eat it, and people are chanting beef loaf, beef loaf. I wish I would have been there to soak that in. That would have felt good. Even though it wasn't
That'd be
really
nice,
for
right?
me, I would have pretended it was for me had I been in the house for that.
It would have been great
Maybe
if
it was
if
for
they
you.
put up the pic, like one of the pictures of you where you got your shirt off. You know, like let's put that up,
Yeah, the real
That's
big
what-
fat one.
and then tell Shane that's what you just ate.
Mrs. Beef says, "Are we smashing or passing?" I'm smashing. I would definitely try. I'm trying it for
Well,
sure. You know,
I think
Well,
we're
funny you
about
should
to
mention
smash or
that.
pass.
Yeah,
not quite-
that's what.
not quite yet, are we? I mean,
Oh,
I got. Oh, no, you're right. We are.
we are
Yeah.
kind of. Unless
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
anything for
No, I got
more
nothing else
than
on
that?
that one. You're good.
All right, then. Here we go.
Smash
or
pass. 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 Smash
or
pass.
Man, Slim Mick is so fucking happy. So one of the things they did at SoxFest Live 2026 is they released all the promos. You had Connor McKnight and Brooke Fletcher come out, and then brought some players out, which we'll talk about later. But and they started where they were showing off a lot of the promos. They played a video. They had a bunch of stuff going on. Now this is in no order, but these are some of the promos that are here. And I'm not going to give you the dates. If you want to know what the dates are, you need to get your ass over to whitesox.com, go to the promotional schedule. They'll tell you what's everything. If they would have downloaded with the dates, you would have had the dates, but I'm not doing extra work if I don't have to do extra work. So boys, we have 23 things that we're going to smash or pass. We're going to go Chorizy, Loaf, then me. And first up, we got the Big Head Homies. It's a Big Head Homies vinyl figure. Chorizo, are you smashing or passing this guy?
I'm smashing. I wouldn't necessarily get into a car with someone who has their whole thing covered with those.
Oh yes, you
But
will.
I would not anymore. But I would definitely smash this one.
Sweet. Loaf, you smashing or passing the Big Head Homie?
You know, auto smash, but they're doing this almost exactly a month before Mexican Heritage. I feel like they're just trying to recreate another Mexican Heritage night. How dare you?
That's
Brooks?
fine.
How dare you trying to get my people in there twice? But I'm smashing. It looks great.
I'm definitely smashing the shit out of this. This is like all the guys I grew up with in Sterling, Illinois, which had a huge lowrider like groups like this. They loved the lowriders. So I remember seeing this and being totally afraid of it every fucking summer as a young white man. So
Those people
homie,
love
smashing that.
lowrider. I heard what you said.
Yeah, they love lowriders. BeefLoaf, you smashing or passing the Chase Mydroth bobblehead?
I'll pass until we have the Brent Lillibridge or Tyler Saladino bobbleheads. I'm not going for the Chase my drop. Pass on this one.
Chorizy.
I'm passing. This is premature. This is a premature bobblehead. We might look back on this poorly.
Well, I mean, potentially, yeah. I mean, there's a risk, and that's why I'm fucking smashing it. I love the fact that they're taking a risk on something like this. Now, I hope that his face looks a little more like him, not so much like it looks like in this picture. I hope it's a little better. But I like that they're kind of rolling the dice on something like this and giving Chase his own bobblehead and embracing the kids and embracing a little bit of excitement that we got at the second half of last year. Next up, Hello Kitty plush. You smashing or passing that, Chorizo?
I'm gonna pass. Not my bit. I'm gonna pass on the Hello Kitty.
Loaf?
I'm going to smash. I think the Hello Kitty can go somewhere in the house. It's a reasonable ornament to have White Sox stuff on it, so I will smash.
It is a special ticket, so we won't get it unless you get a special ticket, but I included it because I think it's the most requested thing that I've gotten in my DMs this week. It's like, I need that Hello Kitty plush. It's something you need to help me hook up with one of these. So if they sell them to season ticket holders, I should be able to accommodate that. But other than that, I am retired. As you guys know, I am not doing the reselling of the giveaways until I land a bunch of them one day, and then I'm not retired.
Trey says, I'm not a single 27-year-old woman, so pass. Look, that Hello Kitty right there, that'd be like Spanish fly, motherfucker. You should get 5 of those and have them all over your house, and the girls will be coming over by you, my friend.
Especially if you like the anyway.
Have a trail of them to your door.
Yeah, my one daughter really, the littlest one, she really wants it, so we're definitely getting one. Easter Sunday is the first bobblehead release of the year. It is AJ and Jenks World Series celebration bobblehead. BeefLoaf, you smashing or passing?
Horrible timing for a Southside, mainly Catholic fan base, but I'm going to smash. It's a great looking bobblehead, and I mean, what it's commemorating is awesome, and to have Big Bobby back in there is very cool. Even though I'm not the biggest AJ fan, that's an awesome bobblehead. I smashed the shit out of it.
Chorizo.
Huge smash. This is great. This is a fantastic bobblehead. I love it.
It is awesome. Note that it is a 21 and over bobblehead. It's sponsored by Benny's, so they're only giving away, I think, 15,000, and it is on Easter Sunday. Now, one thing that they didn't show. This is my biggest conspiracy theory, Chorizy. So I needed you put on your tinfoil hat for this.
All right, let's hear it.
They announced 0 Pope-related giveaways during their giveaway thing. My theory is they're giving this away on Easter Sunday. Guess who's doing mass at the park before the game? The motherfucking Pope. All right? The Pope's going to do the mass before the AJ game. We're going to do the...
In person? 0.0% chance.
Not in person. I mean, like, there's going to be a message from the Pope on Easter.
That I can see.
Yeah, so I think something's going down. It seems
very
say, empty.
God bless you all. Sponsored by Benny's.
Yeah,
I love Benny's Beverage Depot.
Then he's gonna grab the church wine and say,
no,
if you can't get it at Benny's, it's not worth drinking.
In an old style. He's like, we'll do it just like the Jesus, and then he'll fucking do the Malort in the old style. All right, Chorizo, Colson Montgomery. Wearing the City Connect jerseys 2.0.
Yeah, I'm smashing the shit out of this because I'm the only one of you that fucking believed in Colson. And I'm gonna.
That's right. That is correct.
That is true. That is true. You just did it to be, defiant. No big deal. BeefLoaf, you smashing or passing Colson with the torpedo bat. If you look closely, that is a torpedo bat.
I hate to do this because I love the City Connects and I love Colson, but that bobblehead looks like shit. I got to be honest with you. It looks very weird. I can't like think I would put that out anywhere for anyone to see. I don't want public to come over and, you have this thing. That looks like a little hideous. So I'm going to pass. I'm out on that.
Wow. I'm smashing the shit out of that. I love Colson. He's great. I have changed my ways. He has made me a believer. We have the Irish halfway to St. Patrick's Day, quarter zip. Loaf, you smashing or passing?
This might be the best giveaway the White Sox have had in like the last 5 years. I'm smashing the shit out of this. And MSS, let me tell you a side note here. I hope that on the halfway to St. Patty's Day, which is in the middle of September, that it's unseasonably warm.
Yeah.
And hopefully some people leave these because, baby, you and me, I'll go with you. We'll clean up. We'll grab all these up. We'll resell them motherfuckers in March. We'll make a fortune on these fucking things. They look great now. It's like, I can't believe they're doing something that nice for halfway St. Patty's Day when they're already getting all these people in there. Very cool giveaway.
Nice. Chorizo, you smashing or passing?
I'm passing. Now, this is nothing against the just I have maybe the worst body type for a quarter zip. I have like a couple of them like for work, and my God, nothing makes me look like a fatter piece of shit than me sitting in one of those. I don't know why.
Let's get you one right away.
I don't know why. I will put one on that day, Beef, and I'll let you take a picture of me, and you will go, holy hell, what the hell happened to this guy? It's unbelievable. Nothing against the quarter zip itself. I'll just look fucking terrible in it. So I'm past. I'll try and get a medium so Quarantine can have it.
One of these days, I'm going to try to put on a quarter zip. I haven't worn a quarter zip in forever, so I'll smash it, but I'm not a big quarter zip guy myself. I don't play golf. I don't have a real job.
So I'm the only guy who can wear a quarter zip out of the three of us. I feel like that's I mean, poor odds, man. 33%.
I can wear it. I can wear it, but it's not great. It's not great.
Yeah. Next up, they had the City Connect 2.0 like jacket. Like Connor McKnight was wearing it on stage. Boys, what are you thinking, Chorizy? Smashing or passing this like starter inspired, somewhat hooded ripoff?
It's starter inspired, but I'm not quite sure they nail the starterness of it. So I'll probably, I mean, this will be something that I try on when it comes in the box at the end of the year. But I'm a little worried about that neck. That neck looks fucked up. I don't know that I don't want it all the way up like that, man. I want it like old starter jacket. I want this. I'm nervous about this. I'm passing right now.
It's passing. Okay. Loaf?
This is a light smash because I feel some of the stuff that Chorizy's saying. It's a little busy. They could have made it a little less busy because I like the City Connect colors and everything and the way they did it. And I love the pattern up in the top, but it just seems a little fucking busy and the neck is a little weird. And there's a lot. It's a light, like I might get it and be like, this is fucking great. Or I might get it and be like, I'm not ever wearing this. Like it's a light smash for me.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Loaf. The little white hoopy things that are like going over the pocket. No, get rid of that. And then the script writing there with the Chicago White Sox that I don't enjoy on the jersey. Definitely don't enjoy it on here. It could just be red, and that would be totally fine. You didn't have to do too crazy. It's a little bit too busy for me, but I'll still smash it because I think it looks pretty cool. I won't wear it unless they order some 2Xs or something. Then maybe I'll wear it. But yeah. Next up, the Southpaw 6'7" bobblehead. Chorizy. Let's go to Chorizy.
I'm going to pass on this, and I'll say right off the bat, Beef did the 6'7" coming off onto the stage, so 6'7's over.
It's over,
and it's going to be months before this comes out. No one's even going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that. That's the reaction. So I'm passing. You're not going to make any money off of this one, MSS. I'm sorry.
It's a limited one to kids only, I think. So I think
kids only, I believe that's correct.
And I think
you would never get your hands on it because it's kids only.
No, I don't know that. Smash your pass,
like 40 kids
Mr. Pitbull's Mr. Worldwide. You're Mr. 6'7". BeefLoaf, let me know. What do you like? You smash your pass in the Southpaw bobblehead.
I'm going to smash because I'm done holding my grudge against Southpaw for humping the foul pole when I was trying to do the class pick on our bobblehead night. We're good. Southpaw and I are good now. We saw each other. We're in good shape. I love the 6'7". I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that the older people get upset about it for some reason.
Oh my
it's
God.
A dumb, silly thing. That's why I came out on stage doing it, and I knew Chorizy would notice. And it doesn't upset Chorizy, but I think I have it so he can put it in his pocket and make fun of me. So I'm going to go with the 6'7" bobblehead.
Beef, I forgot to tell you this though. I took that picture that I have of you in Southpaw where you're blackout drunk.
Yeah,
yes. I put it into one of the, I think it was Gemini or something. And I was like, hey, make a baseball card out of this. I was going to send it to you just as a little like, hey, I was working on something. Send this over to Beef. It'll be fun. And it said, I cannot make images out of a public figure. And I couldn't determine who they were talking about. Was it you or Southpaw? Who's the famous one in there that it's off limits?
I'll hit the foul pole this year. We'll see who's more famous. That's what they got to do there. Maloney says 6'7" is old now from his daughter Scarlett. Yeah, okay. I you know what? It's funny. I get that, and I agree. And my daughter Bonita, she'll do it to me every once in a while, but it's more of a joke now. See, it is over, but it's more of a joke. People still bring it back, just like we still bring back every once in a while. What's up? Even though that shit is long over, right? But everyone knows that. So,
or when
is the
full
last time?
honky,
Never mind. Let's keep going.
No, so my youngest is the same way. It's like, that's kind of cooked, Dad. It's cooked. It's like when you say hello chat or welcome to the chat. No, you can't do that. BeefLoaf, first up, Los White Sox, the Familia jersey for, I think this is for Hispanic Heritage Night.
I think it's Mexican Heritage Night.
Mexican Heritage Night.
I was smashed, but I'm not going to get in the door quick enough to get one of these. I guess we'll get in the box end of the year, but I really like it. I like the pink and black. I like the add a little bit color, splash some color to it. Looks good.
Yeah, I'm smashing the shit out of this. This is awesome. You can fuck up using like bright colors by using too many, and then it looks like something straight out of the 80s. This looks legit. I love this. I would definitely wear this.
I mean, I'm gonna pass on it only because I can't fit in any of these jerseys. So it's a cool design. I don't like the one thing that bothers me, and this is just me. When I see
Mexicans,
no, when I see like, even though there's a flag, right? Even though it's the Mexican flag, it's the colors, like a red and a pink on a black jersey. It just drives me nuts. Like I don't like red and pink clashing like that, and I know that I shouldn't think like that. But
so if they took the flag off there, would you be okay with it?
Yeah,
like if they just did it without the flag on there?
Yes, 100% much.
You know what he'd be okay with, Beef? If they took the fucking eagle out of the middle of it, he'd be okay with it. That's what I heard. That's what I heard over here.
It's outside. Jeff C says wear a MAGA hat with this just to be safe. That's John Carney says I so love this. Yeah, well, you take some risks out there in the street.
Right. It's bright pink. We can identify them easier. Yay. Okay. All right. Next up, Chorizo, Kyle Teal, Edric Caro, dual pitcher or dual catching bobblehead. Thoughts?
The only way I could love this more is if in the background Corey Lee was getting traded. That's how much I like it. I'm smashing the shit out of this.
Smash it. Okay. Loaf, smash or pass. Teal.
I agree. Even though, like, inside, I'm like, it's too early to be doing a bobblehead of these two guys, and definitely too early of doing it of both of them because you don't know what's going to happen down the road. I love it. Conceptually, I fucking love it. It looks great. And it's like, oh, cool. We got two good young catchers. That's a rare thing to have. It's a fun looking bobblehead, too. It's got Carroll throwing. He's a good thrower. It's got Teal framing it out real nice. I like it. It's a great looking bobblehead.
And having met Kyle Teal, he looks just like this bobblehead. I mean, he definitely has that face. They nailed him. At the event, I didn't know it was Edgar and him on there. So I thought it was him batting and him catching. I was like, well, that's odd to give him a duel. And then I saw that it was the two catchers. And I was like, this is awesome. And again, I like that they're banking on these guys. I like that they're creating a little excitement with these dudes. So I'm into this. I'm definitely smashing. Next up, backyard baseball, a bobblehead. It's a video game apparently from the 2000s. Shy Sox fan Mike loves it. Blow for smashing or passing the backyard baseball bobblehead.
I'll pass. I don't even know what the hell that is. So I'll pass.
Chorizo.
You said Mike likes it, so I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing some of this stuff. I'm gonna get it because I'm a bobblehead guy, but I have no idea what this is. It'll just be on my shelf or in my closet somewhere because I have to have everything as a completist. One that I didn't see released at all, this whole thing is the South Side City Connect like I don't know, alternate logo sweatshirt. Chorizo, you smashing your passing this South Side with the South Side in the socks on a black sweatshirt shirt.
This looks good. And this is the kind of thing I probably won't get a lot of wear out of it outside the house, but I'll wear this shit around the house all the time, like all winter. So yeah, I like this one. I'm smashing.
Loaf.
You know what? I'm going to pass. It just doesn't strike me as anything. Like it's fine, but I don't think I'm never picking this off the hanger and saying I'm definitely going to wear that right there. I just know my taste, and I'm going to pass.
Man, I love this. I am smashing the shit out of this. I will give this thing a baby. If I could impregnate it. I love this logo. This is one of my favorite logos of the whole relaunch of this, or the launch of this stuff. I love this logo.
There's nothing that brings the internet together like being a bunch of horny little freaks.
I really, really hope that they have an extra couple 2XLs there, so then I can get one of those and I can actually wear it, because I really do like this one. This is one of my favorite ones. Next up, BeefLoaf, wooden dominoes. You smashing or passing the wooden dominoes?
Smash. It's kind of a cool thing to get. Like I never thought of White Sox dominoes, but yeah, it's cool. And we'd probably use them occasionally. Like when my in-laws come in town, they usually play some dominoes. So yeah, smash. Hell
yeah. Chorizo, smashing or passing?
Smashing this, and we're gonna play this shit on my roof. I mean, like we're gonna be,
attaboy.
We're gonna have some fun with this. Yeah, it's a usable thing. Like I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash it too. I think they just look cool. Like it'd be nice to have around. Just put it up there. Looks good. All right, cool. All right, Finance Bro vest. Got the zippers, a lot of zippers. Let's go to the number one Finance Bro we know. BeefLoaf. You smashing or passing the Finance Bro vest?
I am smashing the shit out of this, man. When I saw that they even called it the Finance Bro vest, I fucking loved it. And I told you guys before, all the stuff for kids that the White Sox put around the stadium failed because the Finance Bros don't come to the ballpark. That was the point of doing it. The Finance Bros, they bring hot chicks to the game, they buy up the skyboxes, and there's no sight of them. Maybe this will draw them in. Maybe this is the bait to get the Finance Bros in the ballpark, but I'll wear the shit out of mine. You guys see me in my other vest that I got. Like, I love that vest, so I definitely smash.
You're a vest guy. Chorizo, not a Finance Bro, but are you smashing or passing this one?
I love the name. I love that they named it that. I mean, I told Brooks as much at the thing because I was like, it's exactly what the fuck it is.
Yeah,
I'm passing. I am not a vest guy. I can't pull off a vest. It's not for me. I'll look terrible in this, and I'll feel terrible in this. So I'm out on this one.
Oh, that's sad. I also will smash this. I like vests. Vests are a good thing. Maybe it's a fat guy thing, Loaf. Like
could be.
You just need a little bit of heat. The arms.
I think it's a tall guy thing a little bit. MSS.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I think vests are for tall guys a little bit.
Broad shouldered.
Broad shoulder. Yeah, no, you're right. Broad shouldered tall guy. That's
a sweatshirt and a vest is about my favorite thing to wear in the fall. And you get 2 to 3 solid weeks that you can wear a vest and a sweatshirt and not have to wear anything else. So yeah, no, I'm definitely smashing this one.
Yeah, Boney's right. It's this perfect vest to be denied a hug by your gay friend.
I got the Mr. Burns posture, so I can't wear a vest like that.
That is true. Now, not a giveaway, but a promotion that they put out there. White Sox alumni home run derby. We're all smashing this, right? We all have to.
1,000,000%. Yeah,
depends.
Oh,
Jose Canseco going to be there or what?
Okay,
is Jose Canseco in? I honestly, I want to see the lineup. I'm in favor of the idea. I'm smashing the idea. But the execution is key here.
Hang on, hold on.
I can't have Ron Kittle hitting dribblers.
You paint a lineup that doesn't work. That is no good. You paint the lineup. Give me 6 guys. The 6-person lineup does not work. You give it to me right now. You start Ron Kittle as one, but he's 60 years old. They're not going to put him in.
He's not going. No.
I'm just trying to think of recent guys that they're going to bring back, and if it's Tomey and Thomas, it's fucking awesome, right? Or bring Andrew Jones in, who's just getting in the Hall of Fame. There's some awesome ideas, and maybe I'm just building it up too much in my mind that when they have Avisail Garcia and Alexi Ramirez, it's going to be what are we doing here?
I don't think they can make a bad lineup. I think even if they made a crazy ass lineup, it will be so fun and interesting to watch this happen. Assuming that the guys can still hit tanks. You can't get the guys that are so old and out of shape. That's where maybe one spot where it could fall, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think that has a possibility.
I do like Brooks brought this up at the live show, and he's like, I want aluminum bats for this thing.
Yeah.
And that would be electric. And since they have the nets up, most people will live through it.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
I figured out a way where it could be the home run derby could be terrible. Gabriel says that him and Kenda, we are going to be pitching. No, that's not going to work out for us. No. You do that on a day when none of us are there. But when we're there, put a real guy who could throw a strike there so these guys get some fucking home run. So we're not.
Baloney says Yermin Mercedes, Polka, Carlos Lee, Manny Ramirez, and Avi. And he said this on their show, and I thought the Carlos Lee thing was good, but I haven't heard about Carlos Lee recently, so I don't know how he's hitting right now. But I'm definitely all for Canseco. I think that would be fun, and he definitely will do it because he definitely needs a softball. So you know
who'll be fun in this? Diane Viciato. He's kind of at the end of his career in Japan. You bring him in, he would hit some monster tanks, I'm sure. It'll be a lot of fun to watch him.
I do think Polka would be great, and he would be down to do it, right?
Hell yeah.
I think Jim Tomey's got to be in this, though. He's still in the fucking org. Like, it makes sense.
The thing is, though,
pop. They still got to hit him.
Well, another thing is, too, remember how much prep it was for him to get ready to fucking play? Like, he's going to hurt himself almost instantly when he does this. I agree with you, Chorizy, but like, you might have an injury on the field. Like, that was the last swing Jim Tomey ever took. It was in the alumni home run derby. Like, that could be a kind of thing. Your swing.
We joked about it, but Brian Anderson would probably do it, right? I mean,
Brian
Anderson would do it.
The shit out of the ball.
Aaron Rowan, you could bring back, right?
Yep,
he'd probably do it. I think there's a bunch of guys that could do it, but Chris Getz has to do it. I think he has to be out.
No way he hits even one out.
He should bunt each time he's up.
He has to do it in the finance bro vest. Okay, if you guys didn't like the other youngsters, Miguel Vargas bobblehead. Loaf, you smashing your pants in.
I'm smashing because there's like a little Billy D. Williams to this bobblehead.
Oh my god!
And, when I first saw it, I was like, "That's fucking man, that mustache, and that hair." Like, I know it's a little premature for any of these guys to get a bobblehead, but that one looks hot. I liked how that one looks.
All right.
And he's got the full black sleeve. Like, I kind of like that. So I've been smashing.
Nice. It's a little Billy D. Williams, but it's also a little bit of Julio from Easy Money. Like, it's like Taylor Negron.
Taylor Negron, yeah,
with the little thin mustache. Like, it could be him too. I love it. And it looks like he's just wearing gym shoes too, which would be fun if he just decided to do that.
I see a little Benito Santiago in this one. So
that's a good call. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
That's what I see.
33-game hit streak, my friend.
I'm still in on these. I love them. I like that they're using the City Connect unis too. All right, the Los White Sox ponchos. Chorizy, you in smashing or passing?
I'm smashing. I will probably keep this. I'm not quite sure though when I will wear this. Like, I don't know. It's something that I'll probably just have, but rarely ever wear. I can't imagine really wearing this anywhere.
What about you, Loaf? You smashing or passing the poncho?
It looks good, but Chorizy brings up a great point because I just saw our White Sox ponchos that we have that we used to wear once a year and now wear 0 times a year that are just like piled in the closet in the back of my house here. It's like, I don't need another one of that. Like, I'm just going to be piling them up back there. What the fuck am I going to do with them? So I'm going to pass. I'm going to be out.
I do like Jackie Treehorn saying, why didn't they call this a drug rug? Yes, that's what we would call them too. I'm smashing this. I like it. Again, though, I don't know when I would wear it. The only person I can see it, and the bums brought it up, Joey P would definitely probably wear this. Like, I can totally see Joey P rocking this and killing it.
If it'll be long enough for him. He's a tall guy.
That's true.
Opening day, the Chicago White Sox team tour short. Which, looks a little inspired too. BeefLoaf, you smashed your pass in the White Sox team tour short.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. That's a little too busy for me. I'm out on that one.
Chorizo.
Yeah, I'm passing. This is not my. I wouldn't wear a shirt like this, so I'm gonna pass on it.
I am also passing mostly because while I think it's great that they're embracing some of the parts of the fun stuff last year, putting it on a t-shirt seems a little bit too permanent for me. I don't know if I want this, so let's give it a year. We've had a lot of failed t-shirts in the last few years. I don't want this to become another one. All right, the BeefLoaf inspired hooded jersey. Colson Montgomery. Loaf, you smashing or passing this beaut?
Easy smash, man. Look at that thing. I would love to rock that fucking thing. No question about it. And I would get a lot of wear out of this, even after the season. my old man walks around the ballpark, hell yeah, I would definitely smash this.
Is there any of you part of you that likes it because he's number 12, so he's taken over AJ's number, and like we're converting into a new thing? Like, are you like, fuck AJ? We have a certified star now in this guy.
No, I didn't even think about that. No, no, but I like it. I just really like how it looks. I mean, smash that shit.
Chorizo, is your body style appropriate for sleeveless?
I'm pissed. I don't like the sleeveless. I don't like the sleeveless. So I'm gonna pass on this one.
I'm gonna pass on it because I don't wear a lot of sleeveless. I don't want to be around Loaf. I don't want to invade on his little kitsch. So yeah, no, I'm gonna pass on it. I like it. I think it's cool, and I think they totally did this for Loaf, and I love that they did that. He's in their mind all the mind. Chorizo as the Star Wars guy.
I mean, obviously,
Grogu, you smash your pass in for Star Wars night.
Of course, and hold it levitating ball. I mean, come on, yeah.
That's pretty
obviously
sweet.
I'm gonna have like 40 of these.
Sweet. It's a special ticket, so you got to do that. Loaf, you getting the Grogu or whatever?
I was a very early adopter of Fuck Baby Yoda, but this looks pretty good, so I will smash this. This came out better than I thought it would be, so I'll smash the Grogu.
So I'm done with Star Wars bobbleheads, but again, as a completist, I'm still gonna get it. I thought, oh, this is pretty cool looking, and then I saw the A's are doing the same one. The Brewers are doing the same one. The Reds are doing this. Everyone is doing the exact same thing. So it's cool, but it's not very original. But I don't know if they even have a chance to make these somewhat original. All right, this one's for the ladies. Maybe Chorizy's body style is more appropriate for this one.
I have the tits
woman's
for this
track
one.
jacket. Chorizo, do you like the woman's track jacket?
So I'm smashing this one because when this went up on the screen, or when like people started passing out the cards, I can't remember, but every woman that was there was like, yes, finally something that like is for us, and we love it. And so people were very excited about it. So I'll say smash on this one. I think it's going to be a good one.
Loaf, you smashing or passing? You getting this one for Mrs. Loaf? I bet you are.
My body type does not fit well in there, Chorizy. I just wanted to let you know for the record.
Sure,
I like that you said that all the women said yes, finally something for us. Because now I put it in the back of my brain. I'm gonna wait to see if I see these being reworn like in 2 years, and if they're not, it's gonna follow a similar path of every time we try to make women's merch. But no, I think it looks great. I mean, and I like how that's like the all black basically and kind of a sleek look. I like that a lot. So yes, it's me.
Yeah. White Sox, get ready for all of the fucking emails and how you could have done this better instead of just releasing a medium and an XL. They are going to be very upset, right. And the material sucks. We don't like this material, and then it's a fucking never-ending headache. But also I think it's great because I think that women do deserve something. There are a ton of women at these games, and they deserve their own giveaway every once in a while. It doesn't always have to be male stuff. Well, on the weekends.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Bringing in guns.
We got the Let Freedom Swing. It was one of those. Is the homage company that makes the t-shirts. They did the White Sox World Tour shirts last year. I brought this up on the Bumps podcast when they did it. This is a tri-blended shirt. They are extremely soft. It's cotton, poly, and rayon. You get 30% rayon on there. Oh my God, these fuckers are so soft. It's one of my favorite shirts that I own to wear in the summer. I've been wearing the one from last year. BeefLoaf, you smashing or passing the Let Freedom Swing shirt?
I mean, I'm gonna pass. That looks like a New England Patriots fucking shirt. The way that's fucking get that the fuck out of here. Although I like the thought that it's very nice and soft. A soft T-shirt really is in the so BeefLoaf's wheelhouse. But no, fuck this shirt.
Chorizo, you smashing or passing this bad boy?
I had the same Patriot stuff, but also I have like 0 white shirts. Like it's just not something I wear. So
I think it's ash.
Yeah,
but it's an ash color, but it's basically white.
This is the shirt I'm wearing right now is the lightest shirt I own. So like,
right, I know you're very much. You
have a gray if he could get there.
You have a type when it comes to clothing. I know.
This in black I pass because it looks like a fucking Patriots t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like these shirts and I do like this stuff. It is like I wish that we could afford to get the blanks of these and put 108 stuff on them, but I can't charge $42 for a t-shirt. So We're
You
not.
could. We wouldn't sell them very many.
We wouldn't sell. So yeah, that's the thing. So I do like these shirts. I'm gonna smash it if they can get me a 2XL. All right, you got the Chicago Bulls 90s or 80s warm-up inspired City Connect 2. Like, I don't know, bowling shirt. It's like / warm-up jacket. Well, if you smashing or passing this this mashup.
Okay, so this to me, I like this. This looks cool. I like the City Connect. I like the Bull stuff. But I'm gonna have to pass. And the reason I'm gonna have to pass is, do you guys remember that picture of Wally Money where he's at the Bulls game where he's wearing the red thing, he's kind of turned around or whatever? No human being has ever looked fatter in a shirt than that man looked in that shirt. And that shirt looks like this shirt. So I will look so humongous if I had this shirt on. So I have to pass until I lose at least 100 pounds. There's no way you can wear. You got to be sub 200 to throw that shirt on. That's all.
Holy Lord.
Fuck that,
Chorizo.
man.
You smash
I'm just a little bit over 200. I'm smashing this one. Black Dickies and this shirt. I'm in, man.
You'll look just like the homies, the big head homie.
I know.
Now with this in that, you're gonna look great. Yeah, immediately. I would definitely. I can't wear red, so it's not even not a thing for me. I look like a giant potato or a giant tomato. It's not good. I just it's not my
giant
thing.
Red potato.
Giant potato, exactly. You know. So, but immediately the first thought when I see this. This is Wally Money's favorite giveaway for the entire year. He loves this stuff. He is gonna wear this thing like nobody's business. And yes, he did look ginormous in that motherfucking thing. And that, folks, was all of the smash or pass. Just because we know one guy that might get a little upset if we don't do it.
Or
Pass. Smash.
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 or
Pass.
Yeah.
All right, we're still on SoxFest.
Day 2.
We're going to day 2 now. And so day 2, we got to do the podcast row, which was the idea was, hey, you come in here, rapid fire, you get 4 people. And so what ends up happening though is there was a little bit of a scheduling mix up. So we're supposed to start, and we're starting with John Schriffen. He's not there yet. So they're like, hey guys, would you like to talk to Mike Shirley? He's here. He do an interview for you guys. We're like, yes, we'll take Mike. And then like later there was a gap where like we weren't going to have anybody for like 10 minutes. And Triff's standing there. We're like, get in here. So we actually end up getting 5 different people. And we've released all 5 now. So you can go check those out on our YouTube page. But I thought that for this, I was so happy myself that like it was our first time using these new microphones that we had. And this, you could listen to them. The sound isn't perfect. Like the sound, there's some little problems, but it was a very difficult scene to get good sound in. And like, I was even watching the Future Sox one, and I was like secretly happy when they're doing the Tanner one, and you could hear out like some background noise and stuff, because Ian Eskridge has the best sound. He is him and Lanuti are the best at getting like great sound, great video, like the whole bit, you know. And their setup, it looked like a goddamn porn shoot down there. Like I was so fucking envious, you know.
Yeah, James Fox was ready to fuck. There's no question.
They even hear like some background noise in theirs. I was like, okay, I feel better about this now. But I think like the 4 groups that were there, like we really just kind of like went in there guerrilla style and got the shit done. And I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a lot of fun. But you know, we'll talk a little bit about each of the guys, or you know, whichever one stuck out to you. But I think the one that I want to start with is Tanner McDougal, who was the last one we did. But
oh my god,
what a fucking personality on this kid!
Yeah,
like I like the idea of a Tanner McDougal on my team, right? Like a really hard throwing starter. But like after meeting him, I'm really, really rooting for this motherfucker to get to Chicago, even though that means K-Fids will be back in White Sox Twitter.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's right.
it's worth it, I think, with how fun he was and like what a great personality he had. Well, I don't know what you guys think. MSS, I'll go to you first. On the day, what were the highlights there for you?
Definitely Tanner McDougal. I wanted to meet him the night, I met him the night before. I just wanted to take his temp, he seemed like having a good time out there. And I was like, I liked seeing him interact with the fans too. And he knew who we were. He knew the 108 thing already because we'd sent him and his dad, I think, some shirts. So it was cool. And I thought he was fun. I really, really enjoyed Mike Shirley. I thought that was awesome. You don't really get a lot of chances to talk to somebody like that. And Mike is like a fucking complete lunatic. And I loved everything about it. He was just saying some shit and you're just like, yes. And then he would throw some stuff in there. And then they're just like, hey, let's do this again. Let's get together again and do this. And Pollyannish, same deal. You absorb so much information with these dudes and you're just like, these are guys that just sit around and drink beers and talk ball, and you're like, they're like normal ass people. And it's hard to hate somebody like a player or even somebody that's in the front office if you've met them and you've talked to them and had a good conversation with them, right? I think a lot of people find that out like with Brooks, at our event, we'll talk about that later. When you talk to them, it's hard to hate them because you're like, this is a human and is a nice person and he's actually passionate about what he's doing. Len Casper too, great. And he we just got down, everyone was fun. I just had a good time. But yeah, Tanner definitely sticks out as this, you try to throw a curveball at him, Loaf, and he didn't even miss a beat. He was right in on it, just right with it. So
he got the joke ball and ran with it.
Yes. I think he was mad when you called him fat, though. I think he was mad about that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
But
I said you're listed at this, and he goes, that's wrong. And I was like, you look fine, you look good. So
you went back in on it though. You circled back, and that was where I think he was like, enough of the fat talk.
Oh no, I better go look at it.
But the Mike Shirley one, when I'm cutting these videos, because it's all just one stream of stuff, and they're walking away and stuff, and so there's little pieces where I'm able to grab something from the beginning or end that I'm like, ooh, I like that. Let's just keep that in. And I love the end of Mike Shirley's because he's starting to walk away from us, but he says, we're telling him, you gotta come hang out sometime. And he was like, I want to sit in your section because I want to hear people talk passionately about something they love, because that's what it's all about. And I was like, we have to get this in the fucking, I don't care if the sound is fucking terrible on this. We have to get this in there because it's such a great end to an interview. Just like Tanner asking you how you got your name, BeefLoaf, is a great start to that, even though that's not actually the interview. I'm like, this is in. This is in. What were your thoughts on the interviews?
I was thinking about this kind of tactically and how we did the interviews. We did the Mike Shirley one, but we were not prepped for that at all. So when they said, do you want Mike Shirley? We looked at each other like, okay, we're not prepped. Can we do it? And we're kind of like, okay, yeah, we can. And we're each like, okay,
I know enough questions I want to ask.
We should each have 2 questions and we'll be able to fucking move like that. So from the ones that I'm most proud of, that's the one I'm most proud of because we had to think on our feet. We had to go with some stuff. We had enough info about the Sox. MSS got him talking Indiana football, so he got him real comfortable and that we're one of the boys and was fun. And so that one, to just snap and have to do it, I was really proud of the approach there. The one with Len, see, here's the difference. When we do John Schriffen, we've done John Schriffen several times now. So when we're going with John Schriffen, we're trying to get some fun, interesting stuff out of him that he's not going to tell anybody else, right? That's kind of the approach there. And that's why I messed him about being a Disney adult. And we're, kind of just giving some shit or whatever and having a real fun conversation so that if you've heard the prior interviews, you never heard any of this shit before. With Len, to me, I felt like we were trying to establish our street cred with Len a little bit, our baseball cred, because Len knows who we are, but he just knows it says the fuck ups that's sitting in right field. And we had to establish that we're like, no, we're as real as all these other guys. You've heard of all this other stuff, but we do interviews as well as everybody else. And so I think we had to go ahead and put our best foot forward. And I see in the comments, a lot of people like the Len Casper one. And I think it was because we knew we had to do that in that interview.
I will say, two takeaways I had from the overall interviews. One was that I can't stop thinking about Len Casper being in a new metal band now. Even though it doesn't exist, it didn't happen. I can't stop thinking about it. But also, I asked Paul Janisch about Brandon Phillips because I fucking love Brandon Phillips. Like he was like he was on my fantasy league teams all the time. I would pick him way ahead of where I should because I just fucking love the guy, and he's such a crazy person in general. And I was like, I got to know from someone who was there for all of this what he thinks. And I kind of got I don't know if I should get this impression, but I kind of got the impression that he didn't really care for Brandon Phillips.
I got that impression as well. Yeah, no. He thought he's nuts, and I would like to keep his nuts ass on the other side of the locker room. Was the way I felt coming off of him, Chorizy. I agree. The honest thing, though, I had one note about him specifically, and like I so recognized his answers and the way he presented his answers, the candor, and I was like, bro, this dude is a middle manager just like me. And I'm thinking about it, I was like, yeah, he is in that spot where you're not really a big decision maker. You have some decisions to make. You have teams of people that you got to be looking after, but you ain't the boss. You got to work with the boss and get the boss to help give stuff there. And like the answers he gave were of putting people in position and helping people get stuff done and working with the front office and stuff. And sometimes in our brain, we go, oh, that guy's in charge of that. So he's out there like hitting fungos and shit. Fuck that. He's trying to get everyone else in position to do their thing. And so I really liked him from that standpoint. I was like, oh, bro, I feel a lot of what he's saying here.
You also understand the expanse of that job, right? Because like after you start talking to him and you're thinking about like shit, like we talk about the Dominican Academy. You don't think about that stuff on it. Like they got to put curriculums together for these motherfuckers, get them GEDs. Yep. Like, I mean, they don't have to do that, but they are doing that. And like language classes, all this shit. This is so much. So like, I already put that up. There's just so much that he has to like kind of oversee and handle. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like that you see the amount of shit that one person is in charge of. And it's just it has to be overwhelming to do it, and they do it with such great passion. So it's incredible.
Yeah, and I did touch Shrift a lot because he likes that. Okay, so just get used to it. Yeah. Okay. JT also asked when Shrift is going to be taking my kids and my wife to Disneyland. Hopefully soon. And you know what? The amount of shit that people like say about this, they're like, oh, why you would do this exact same fucking thing if you looked at the prices of these things and they have $2 that want to go to Disneyland.
No. See, people love that because it's uniquely that you would be asking for this and that it would be part of the interview. See, this is the crazy shit I was just talking about. This is the stuff we got to get out of Shrift, not the boilerplate stuff everyone got. This crazy ass shit right here is exactly why you come to our interview.
You also pulled the beautiful Chris Farley in that interview because we're talking about Marshawn Lynch and you're like, I just saw him in a movie. I don't remember the name, but it was cool. I was like,
right. Called Bottoms. And it was a good movie though too. But he was like, I was also going. So here's the problem. What I was going to say about the movie was totally inappropriate to be in that setting because he's like a gym teacher and he's reading Blacktail magazine. He's talking about how he's breaking up with his wife and like all this shit was like I was like, I just stepped in a pile of shit and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I got to scrape this out and I got to do it somewhat decently. But then, not remembering the name of the movie is not good. Like, that's just, I blame. Yeah, that's just me. That's me. That's just who I am. Unfortunately.
So we do all this. We interview 5 different people. This starts at what time do we get there? Like 4,
like a little before 4. Yeah,
like 4 o'clock. We set up. It's 4:30. We start these things. When we finish, it's like 5:45. So now we got to take all this shit back to our houses. Then go to Reggie's to soundcheck. Which soundcheck at Reggie's? It's 4 mics. We didn't even do it. Like they did it for us. And I was like,
did it? Yeah.
Could have come like 30 minutes later. Could have taken a little break here. But the thing about Reggie's that's crazy to me is that, we get there at like 6 o'clock. We're there for like 7 hours, almost 8 hours. And like
It's a long
it
day.
felt like 10 minutes. Like it's just like
Oh, yeah.
everything is just so fast forwarded. Like playing it back in my mind, like everything happened in like 25 minutes. It's just like so condensed. But it was awesome. It was awesome to see everybody. It was awesome to like get up there and like talk some shit and just feel like Sox season is almost here. I don't know. MSS, how'd you enjoy your Reggie's experience?
My Reggie's experience on Saturday night was unbelievable. The Reggie's experience Sunday morning, not the best, but I had a great time, and it's unfortunate because we drank so goddamn much. I don't remember a lot of the things that were said. Luckily, we have an audio or we have a video recording of it, so we'll be able to watch back some of it and get some of it. But like, it's kind of like, you know, we look at this, Loaf, you'll say this too, like this is an art project and you're kind of there to entertain, and it's not really like what you take away from it. It's like it's being in the moment, and it's people coming back to me and saying something to me, like my bride share buddy, you know, the carpool guy was just like, dude, he's like, I just was never, the White Sox guy was amazing. You know, he's like, Brooks is just good. I'm like, yes. He goes, he was just like, he was prepped with these questions, right? And I was like, no. I go, I might have given him a little bit of a like saying, hey, I'm going to ask you this, so you know, like that what's coming is I want you to think about it to a certain extent. But like, no, he's just good at these questions. Like this is what he does. Yeah. And I go, and this is why when, you know, we're trying to get guests on when we go through media, like they won't give us certain people, you know, or they've never, like, we wanted to have our ticket rep. We wanted to have Nick do a blog about or write about Nick's going to 200 sporting events in a year, and Sox media relations was like, no, he can't do that. And like they would never
hate to promote this, guys.
Yeah, they would never do a thumbs up to Brooks coming and doing a live show like that. It would definitely before, and but he's so beyond, like he's above that, and but also they got to trust him that he can just go in there and fucking, you know, handle anything. So I thought he's, you know, I thought that was great. And I like just was up on stage and was just happy to be having these conversations. Scott Merkin, now this is the third time that we've done shit with Merk, right? Or third or fourth time. And he feels overly comfortable now to this like kind of like shake off a question at us. And he's like, no, I don't think you can compare that. And I was like, right. I appreciate that, you know, because sometimes you want to get a little bit of something spicy from him, but he'll deflect it right away. He's like, no, it's not even the same thing. And I was like, I like that. And then he'll tell you,
it's never going to happen with Merk, but I like want to walk down in the green room and have him like doing a huge rail of Coke or something.
Oh man,
fuck this shit up, like start tearing up the room. Like it's never going to happen, but I every time I know he's down there, I want to walk down there just to see if it's going to happen.
He's like Caligula, you know. He's just like, come in, and have some fun. But no, and then White Sox Dave just showing up every fucking year for us. And then the morning of is apologizing to me that he hasn't promoted this event enough for us. And I was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right, like, exactly.
Like just you just show up.
Don't worry. You just show up and do the thing. Like,
and then put us on your show once a year. We appreciate that. That's all we need.
It's good enough.
And then Sammy P, we had no doubt that Sammy P was going to be exactly what he was that night. Like just coming in,
hair on fire,
walking, and just talking all sorts of mess. And it was fun, and it's just live. And I was, the only thing I was really worried about was Sammy's brother Adam having that much access to our wives when we were not close enough to like push him away, because that man is very good looking,
much handsome,
and he can talk really well. That's a penny out of edge thing. And I am like, get away from my wife because he knows how to fix shit. He can do stuff like, no, that's the last person I need, you know, standing next to my wife.
I just love that Sammy walked in the door. Like he was, you know, we were up on stage. He walks in the door. We see him. And like, he somehow knew exactly where the Reggie's green room was. Like it was like, no one instructed this. And he just like, you just see him walking back. And like, they're like someone's like says something to him. And he's like, yeah, I'm going in the back, the green room. And I was just like, how does he even know where the fuck to go? Because it's not like it's right back.
No.
In the back. You like got to go out in the alley and shit. It's a maze. And yeah, he was, I don't know, maybe he's been there 30 times or something. He went right back there.
Could be. Southside Jeff T puts a Sunday morning question mark. I have to go back and get your debit card. No, I did manage to get out of there with the 108 debit card.
Thank God.
With everything paid for. I don't think I was able to get out of there with my work shirt. That thing I think is gone. It's in the wind. It's probably somewhere down in the green room. It never got back in my bag. My bag had I did have the beer holders. Okay, those were in my bag, so that's good. And one of my t-shirts, so that got home. My work shirt and another t-shirt, they're nowhere to be found, so I assume they didn't come back with me. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean,
they're hanging in the rafters at Reggie's.
It'll be pinned up there next time we go and
right
do
next
that
to
next
Leslie
year.
Willis, the Loaf jersey.
I don't have a lot to add to you guys, but the one big compliment, I felt it was a compliment for us, and was also a compliment for the 108 fan base, family in general, was the next day, or maybe 2 days later, Chorizo, you and I are texting with Sammy P, and he's like, it was so cool, man. People kept coming up with drinks and shots and feeding us the entire time we're doing the set. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, the 108 crew is good like that. And that's always been the way it's been. And so I really love you guys for doing that, for knowing like, hey, put some more fuel in the engine of this this caboose that's going out here and trying to entertain the group. But I guess my only thing is like, whoever I didn't get a chance to talk to, touch, hug, or whatever, I apologize, because I missed out, because I really had some great conversations with people, especially before the show. It was good catching up with people, seeing people. It was good to see a bunch of our sponsors came out there. Scarlatta's were there, and Bill Guidey, and so it was very cool that we had the kind of like a nice showing of what I would consider kind of the 108 community.
Yeah, you always feel like you don't get to enough people in those situations. Yeah. There's a lot of people there. The bar tab was beautiful.
Thank you, Peter.
We have like we mentioned it. I know, and Baloney's mentioned it too. I was like, we got a bar minimum, and I was probably like a little bit after we got off stage. I walked over to the bar and just like, hey, like, what's the ring? So make sure are we close to the thing? And they're like, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I heard that too. There's like, there seems to be more people drinking this year than last year, and I was like, good. That's very good. So
I will say that like the one thing that was interesting to me was the positivity about the team that I wasn't totally expecting. Like a lot of people were like, and this is funny to say, a lot of people were talking about them like a 70-win team, and like that's more than I would have expected to hear from a lot of people during that. That said, it's a 90-loss team. So
right.
But it's funny to be like excited about that, but it is like more positivity that I've heard about the team in years. So it's since they were like actually a playoff contender. So
yeah,
it was good to see that. I don't know if
uh-oh. I always look at you, Loaf.
He froze for a second
when he freezes. Like I always look at you, like, is it me or is it
are we froze up? You froze up? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know.
Repeat that. You're back.
What
did you say, Chorizo?
I was just saying that I was happy to see the positivity, even if I don't quite believe it.
And you say that like it's still a 90-loss team, but like a 70 win is 30 more than 2 years ago. Which I mean that's like what so. I mean the bar obviously low. But it's still cool that you can see something kind of getting better. Hopefully, God, hopefully, please, hopefully. Let's just hope it goes.
All right. Overall, thank you all for coming.
Yeah, thank you guys.
That was
all
a ton of fun, and
so
like
much fun.
Hearing like Sammy talk about it on Chicken Dinner, and just telling Joe O, like, I walk into this place and it is just packed wall to wall with insane Sox fans, and I'm like, yes, that's what it's supposed to be. But speaking of insane White Sox fans, and speaking of the White Sox in general, and maybe not some positivity, the White Sox throw up a tweet the other day that Frank Thomas just absolutely crushed. So it was like in honor of Black History Month, or reflect upon momentous first for the White Sox organization. Which, two things here, real quick. One, the first is, it says momentous first, but there are seconds and thirds and and one of the first and all these types of things in there. So very easy to have put a picture of fucking Frank Thomas in here and done something. But Frank says, I guess the black player who made you rich over there and holds all your records is forgettable. Don't worry, I'm taking receipts. And I love it. And I'll tell you, I love that response to a tweet almost as much as a tweet from a few years ago when Daryl Dawkins' wife saw BeefLoaf talking about how much coke Daryl Dawkins did and said, please don't be disrespectful to my husband unless you have reached past every expectation others put on you. Sign the wife. These are two great moments in Twitter, like right side by side.
And I love it for the same reason, Tracy. I was like, looking at that, I was like, this is it is disrespectful in a way, but it's a nothing. Unless Frank is really upset about it, which is what he was. And he was petty as hell, and he fucking was blasting away. And people were saying, and even people who were like supportive of Frank, he would respond to them, no, this is bullshit. Like he responded to a lot of motherfuckers out there. He was really fired up about this, And so I realize I've gotten to the point with White Sox fans in general, even though this is something that we should say, hey, you got Sox, you got to do better about this or whatever. It became this reason to just like cry constantly about something. We have such like drama queens as Sox fans. I feel like every little thing they're looking for is an outlet for them to let that crybabiness out of them. And I'm a recovering crybaby, so I can't say this about it.
Right, you can say that.
There's a lot of crying going on about stuff. And so I've gotten numb to it in a way. And then it hit my brain, boys. Then it hit my brain and said, if you're the White Sox, how about just lean into it? No Frank tweet the next day. In fact, I got a couple 5 ideas of tweets that I'd follow up with just to try to piss Frank off even more. Would you guys like to see them?
Yeah, I would love it. I would love it.
The first one, Black History Month, Carl Everett. First Black White Sox to not believe in dinosaurs. Right? That would be the very next day. Carl Everett, it was on some same teams with Frank,
Yep.
I like this one. I think this one should have been in the list, to be honest. Okay.
Next up is Black History Month, Ray Durham. The Black White Sox, most known for getting the card game going when they should be taking batting. Right? Not Durham, great player, but I love him even more for the clubhouse card games. That's what I love. These are subsequent days MSS, so it doesn't have to be first anymore. This is more Black History Month.
Okay. But this just reminds me that Michael Jordan didn't make it to the pros. That's the thing that hurts.
No, you're right. You're right about that.
That's the magnitude there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Next up is Black History Month, Tommy Pham. Toughest light skin in White Sox history. I don't think that's debatable. All right.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
No, I think that look at Debo. Debo looks scared in that picture as well. Like there's no question about it.
I think Tommy Pham wants to fight the ump in that picture.
Yeah,
it's unclear who he's going to fight, but it could be his teammate or the ump.
It's everybody. Everyone that's in the way is who he's going to fight.
Who's the first base coach? Who's the first base coach then?
Debo.
Who's pulling him back? Right.
Yeah, it's Debo. Yeah, that's Debo.
That's not Debo.
Well, who is it then? That guy's huge.
No, that's the guy that got in trouble because he was taking the shit. Remember?
Like, no, that guy's way smaller than Tommy Pham.
Is he?
Yeah, he's small. Next up, Black History Month, Brian Goodwin. Coolest bat flip of the last playoff team, and willing to tell you, kick rocks, ho.
That's good.
That's another great Twitter moment. That
was a great Twitter moment, right? And that bat flip, that was a 2-1 win in extra innings against, I think it was against Guardians,
that was Thames. Okay.
Oh, you know what? That's a good call. You're right. That is Marcus Thames. You're right. Because Debo's taller than that even. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he could actually like hold back time.
Not anymore. Like he's old. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my last one for Black History Month. Black History Month, Tim Anderson. Only batting title and person to be TKO'd this century for the White Sox. So it's not even just a black accomplishment, just a White Sox accomplishment. So I would have gone in that direction. I would have pushed out some more Black history stuff, and I would have let Frank, I would have let him percolate a little bit, get a little more upset with
Get him more upset.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck it. Let's go with it.
I thought you were going to do ones where it's like an accomplishment that Frank had, and then someone who looks like just even similar to Frank. Like not even...
Yeah.
Not even like a baseball player, just someone who looks similar to him and have that picture.
Holding a bottle of Total Tea.
Or just like worst beer from a White Sox player. And it's like, Frank.
I miss Tommy Pham's energy too, Mrs. B. I actually thought before they signed Austin Hayes, which we'll talk about in the next segment, that they might sign Tommy Pham.
Yeah.
They're running out of outfielders out there.
He might be able to come back. I'm going to be brief because we're an hour and 40 in already. But I thought Frank Thomas getting upset about this. I agree with you, Chorizy. The thing was not just firsts, and that was what was kind of weird about it, because it wasn't. If it was like, hey, these are just firsts, and Frank wasn't the first black player to do this.
Find a first for Frank,
right? First, like probably the first black White Sox to win back-to-back MVPs. Like that definitely did not happen, and they did mention that. They just didn't put his picture in there. He was the first black White Sox player to be unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame. So, I mean, that's another one that they could have just thrown up there. But however, I thought Frank coming out that hot right at the beginning was like yelling at somebody because they didn't call you at 8 a.m. on your birthday and wish you happy birthday. There's 28 more fucking days. You can just chill the fuck out. Maybe
I like this.
Really good coming. You don't need to be the first person that they think of. Now,
you do.
Well,
no, actually, MSS, you're right. As a sane person, that should have been the approach. But Frank is insane, and this is why I'm kind of enjoying it a little bit. Yeah,
because it is. I think you're good. He's going to get there. Now, I did some research, maybe based upon a tip that I found from somebody else, and went back and saw what the White Sox have done in the month of February before. And some of the findings would be somewhat shocking. So if you want to Google, maybe search the White Sox Twitter for do Black History Month, maybe hashtag it, maybe not. Might see the same chart. It's been up there 2 other times, and no peep from Frank Thomas. Now, what I would see, though, is tons and tons of shit about Frank Thomas associated with Black History Month that the Sox have done in previous months, in previous Black History Months. So it's his due was coming, and people getting all upset about it and getting out there right now, I think are just trying to, hey, it's buzzworthy. People want to get up there. And I respect people for wanting to like give Frank his flowers and him be out there, but and he's totally warranted in saying that, but it comes off a little petty, and just take a beat. He could have made it funny. He didn't want to make it funny
here
anymore.
And defending it is as bad as how often Kenny Williams is mentioned in it.
Well, that's a little much. It is a little much. Like Kenny Williams is on there like 6 times, and it's like, I don't think Kenny Williams needs to be on here this many times. So, although, maybe he was the first for a lot of things, but yeah.
Well, Jerry's a very loyal guy. You didn't know that he moved Kenny into the social media team instead of firing him. So he's still around.
Our Gabriel has thrown into the chat 6 times the Tina versus Frank Thomas drama. Gabriel, you did a fine job explaining that to everybody. Everyone
covered
should
it.
Go.
Yeah, we don't need
to. You made
Twitter
300 videos about it.
What he did. He covered it quite well. And we don't know if Gabriel knows this, but Gabriel's interview with Brooks Boyer was actually quoted and referenced as a source in a Paul Sullivan article that appeared on the Chicago Tribune website. This is insanity, folks. Like we were talking about the Washington Post, like getting rid of all their writers, and they're gone. And then we have Paul Sullivan quoting Gabriel Bearstown's interview from Brooks Boyer, and people want to say that like journalism is dead. It is not. Paul Sullivan has gone to the ends of the earth to find that one quote that could just disparage Brooks a little more, and he found it in Gabriel's interview. So it was great.
MSS, man.
Oh yeah, I should probably pay that bill, huh? Here we go.
They say the best things in life are a gift from above. Now we know Jesus walked everywhere he went, but if he were looking for an upgrade today, he'd be pulling into Mazda of Orland Park. Why? Because a Mazda is built for a higher standard. With beyond standard safety features, you get a little divine intervention on every corner. And our iActive all-wheel drive means you're always on solid ground. No walking on water required. Need to transport the whole ministry? The Mazda CX-90 has 3 rows of premium seating, giving the apostles plenty of legroom and enough cargo space for all the loaves and fishes you can carry. It's elegant, it's humble, and its soul of motion design is truly a blessing. Visit Mazda of Orland Park at 8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park. Schedule a test drive online or by calling 708-444-3200. Experience the drive that's truly heaven sent. Mazda of Orland Park. Higher standards, heavenly rides.
The fucking license plate's a good touch.
I love the license plate. I was like, I just wrote into Gemini. I go, hey, take me a picture of Jesus driving a Mazda if you can. And it came up with that and the apostles in the back holding the baskets of fish and loaves of bread. And then JC 33 AD. I was like,
Beef. You and Southpaw more famous than Jesus.
Yes.
they can make the Jesus ones. Not a baseball card of you and Southpaw.
Apparently, according to Gemini, he's a
time for some more White Sox talk. And Jesus Christ, your teeth are white in this.
Wow, yeah, I need to get those bleached.
Terrifying. Fucking terrifying. Guys, the White Sox signed one Austin Hayes.
Yes.
And my question to you guys is, where does he fit in all the outfield chaos? Beef, I'm going to you first.
Yeah.
Chorizo, he's a weird fit. Austin Hayes is a weird fit. He's a right-hand hitter. He's got no ability to handle center field with this group.
No.
They were, that's, in a way, it looks like they were just kind of like buying insurance because they knew they had a pile of outfielders that they were going to have to spread out here. I think they didn't want to get to, like, let's say March 15th in the thing and realize all these guys stink and we have no recourse, nothing to do here. And so you tell an Austin Hayes, look, there's a lot of playing time to be had here. And, you get a chance to put your best foot forward, whatever. If some of the younger guys bounce up a little bit, if you get Everson Pereira or Jared Kelenic shows you something or whatever, then you can slide Austin Hayes back into more of a partial time play. He'll still get to play a bunch because, the outfield spots are, be a little more fluid. But, I mean, like, you really just, in a way, buying insurance for the roster and saying, look, we're going to be able to flip this guy. He mashes lefties. They were able to do it with Austin Slater last year. It's like the safest product to buy that you'll probably flip. And to me, it's just like, all right, well, let's just put a credible guy here and a guy who will meet our price and can do some of the things we want to do. And $6 million is cheaper than what a lot of people were saying he was probably going to get out there. It's more than I would have liked to spend. But in my book, I don't love it because I wanted to see what was going to come out from the kids, but I understand it.
How about you, MSS?
Yeah, I agree with that. I was on Hot Takes and Heaters last night with Danny Miller and his buddy Jacob Thome, and I was talking to them is that you finally got a guy that has done it before, has a little pop with his bat. He had like 15 home runs or something last year, and you're like he can at least be serviceable in a position if things go really fucking sideways with any of these other lottery tickets that they have picked up. The long shot hope, I would think, Loaf, would be you can get somebody to saddle up with Benintendi and you can fucking get him out here and he could play left field almost immediately. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So it's like that's where it gets a little weird, right?
This is where I have a little bit of a struggle with this. Is that, like, Hayes is definitely a platoon player. Like, you could look at his splits. They've been through his career. He's been better against left-handed pitching, but now it's kind of exaggerated, right? Over the last 2 years. So if you look at last year, 949 OPS versus left-handed pitching, 708 versus right-handed. The year before that, 941 versus left-handed, 569 against right-handed. And, like, there's just a little bit of, like, I don't know if I was traumatized by the Nick Swisher situation where they're like, put him in center field. That won't be fucking terrible. Like that this is where we're headed. Right. And, like, I think, talking to Merck the other night, I think they like Kelenic, and it's maybe like between Kelenic and Benintendi, this will be a platoon side for those two guys. He'll get a good amount of playing time with that, but it's just like, he can't really play anywhere but left field anymore. And even his left field play is just, like, close to average.
The defense is on the way on the down end. Down side. You're right, Trees.
And so it's like, it's just, I think that he's a piece for a team that's going to use him well, for a team that's going to try and use him every day, it's going to be bad. And like I worry about that. It's like when you see like someone like Jason Hayward, where Cubs fans hate his fucking guts because he was supposed to be this big guy and do all this shit, and then teams keep picking him up because it's like, yeah, well, if we only use him in these specific ways, it's very valuable, you know. He's the same, but like I don't see a scenario because of the outfield chaos that he's used properly. And that's what I'm like a little bit worried about with seeing a signing like this. And not that $6 million is a lot, but it's a lot for the Sox. And it feels like they're going to be running them out there more than they should run them out there. And that's my biggest concern.
Potentially. You know, this new regime is quicker to say goodbye to things when it doesn't work out too, which I think is hopeful, you know, but I don't know. But you make a good point with the $6 million. That is a couple bucks. So they might not just be throwing that away right away, you know. And they're like, you know what? No. But
the problem, I agree with you, Jacob. I'm not sorry, use your real name.
That's
I agree with you. I agree with you on the like they're apt to get rid of a player if he's not playing well pretty quickly. The problem here is that has to happen at the start of the year with a lot of these guys. Most of the guys that they have are out of options. That's like the big problem with the outfield blob, right?
Yeah,
like they have to DFA these guys or release them completely immediately before the season starts to just have the roster in the right spot. Yeah. So if he gets the spot, which he's going to get, he's getting paid $6 million, and you get rid of a bunch of these guys, when you're like, oh, this guy stinks, there's nothing behind him to put put in there. And so there's the likelihood of them just going like, well, this is what we got to run with it is higher than it should be. And that's all of this MSS is making me worry about 70 wins.
Yeah, well, it's a valid concern, sir. It is definitely a valid concern. Maybe we're hoping out for the Benintendi. See you. Maybe Chris Getz will work his magic again.
Even that makes me nervous because then it's like this guy's going to be facing right-handers all the time.
All the time, man. Exactly. He's a permanent left field.
569 OPS. It doesn't feel good, you know? So,
all right, look, we got to make the good vibe shirt. We got to make the good vibe shirt to get this guy back on board.
No, I agree with his points. Actually, I agree with his points. It's not wrong about that. That's not bad vibes. You know, that is the reality of the player they signed. It is what it is. You know?
It's true.
I probably have better vibes about the next thing, but the next thing I went the Sox traded Gage Zeal, one of my favorite White Sox of all time, and a player to be named later for Jordan Hicks, David Sandlin, cash considerations, our guy Wally Money, and 2 players to be named later. To me, I think this is the style of this trade is more interesting to me than the actual trade itself. But Beef, what do you think about them basically paying $17 million to get David Sandlin?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like everyone always kind of says, throw in more money and you'll increase the prospect haul. But what if you just buy a prospect outright? And that's really the main course right here. Mm-hmm. And I reached out to a friend of the show, a future Sox guy, James Fox. I said, James, what do we know about these player to be named later situations here? And he said that James Fegan reported that the player to be named later that's going from the White Sox to the Red Sox is just an org guy. So very no nominal value, whatever.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure about what was coming back, but he thought that there was some potential that the guys, at least one of the guys coming back, that they were waiting until we got to the point in spring training where the White Sox could put a couple of their injured guys on the 60-day IL and free up 40-man spots. So there's someone who are already on the 40-man. So right now we'll play it as if David Sandlin is the only prospect that they're getting here. And when you start looking at it, you're like, David Sandlin's a 45 future value prospect. And it costs $17 million, basically the remainder of Jordan Hicks' contract. We'll get to Jordan Hicks in a minute for those who want to talk a little bit about Jordan Hicks. You're basically paying that money right there to get this prospect who's in AAA. And when you start looking at it, it's like, that's kind of expensive to get a prospect. You realize how expensive it is when you grow your own prospects. The value that you achieve between like when you pay the guy, like this is probably a 45 FV is probably like a 3rd round pick, maybe a late 2nd round pick value of of player that would come out of a draft, maybe mid-second round. And so when you pay that player, you're going to pay them a couple $1 million. I mean, usually. And so now they're worth $17 million at this point. And it made me realize that, like, that's not the best way to seed the farm system with players is to try to buy this. However, it is one of the things available to you. And I think when you're in the situation the White Sox are in where they're in accumulation mode, they should try stuff like this, but it looks less appetizing when I actually see it on the plate.
Yeah, I mean, Beef, the thing that I have there with the money, so I get the acceleration of the amount of money that it would be to acquire someone like this because he's already made it to AAA. Right. And at worst, you have a reliever, right? The guy throws like 100 miles. He could throw 100 miles.
Yeah, he's got
he's sitting, like 96, 97 on it, or they're between 94 and 97 on like a regular basis. So there's a lot of velocity there. And so they must see something that they like, but he's so close to the majors that you have to assume that goes into the money. And then the fact that, but the weird thing about it is that, like, everyone who's talked about him is like, they kind of cap it at mid-rotation.
Yep.
Right? And it's like, I get, hey, let's load up as many young number 3s, 4s, and 5s as possible because you're going to need them throughout the year. But throwing $17 million to get it is a little strange. And I know that spreads over many years, so I get why they would do it. But it was just that part of it was very interesting to me. Now, Beef, I'm glad you said the stuff about the player didn't be named later because I was worried in that situation because it's going with the Red Sox, right?
Yeah.
And all I was thinking was, like, if they wait to see how everything unfolds, is this Jetson Paez going back to them in a trade so that they don't have to send him back for free and they're getting like just something in return? If everyone works out, hey, we'll send Jetson back to you, but we're going to get like a little bit of a taste for that instead of just giving him back. That's kind of what I was worried was happening when I read that. But if that's not happening and it's just like some dude, I don't give a shit. But
one footnote
three players to be named player is weird.
One footnote to what you said, Chorizy. I think a little of the money goes against him in defiance of what you said because he's already on the 40-man. Needing 40-man protection is something that is like an extra appendage to these situations. If he was 19 and didn't require 40-man and was a 45 future value was in AA, he'd be more valuable than this guy currently is.
I agree.
Who's already soaking up minor league options. And so it's an interesting fit. The White Sox can't afford to kind of do this. Like, they are actually looking for guys who have some options that they could slide up and down. And this is like a really good spot for this guy, for David Sandlin to be in. I was just looking at it like it doesn't look as appetizing as people always make it sound like. Just throw in more money for a prospect. It's like, they're expensive. Like, the more money might not get you that much more prospect. That is what I was kind of reading from the deal. We'll see how it turns out, or we'll see if they do it. They try to turn this trick at all again. But it was interesting to see it in the very plain way that they put it out there.
Well, speaking of the return and what you might get, is Jordan Hicks fucking cooked? MSS, where are you at on this? What do you think about getting a Jordan Hicks back?
We talked about him a little bit last night, again, on the Dan Miller Hot Takes and Heaters show. And I think that the consensus was he's coming out of the bullpen because Chris Getz basically said that on the MLB Tonight, show. So he doesn't have a lot of expectation for him to come in and be a starter. And I was telling Danny, and Danny agreed, and we kind of said this it's weird to trust the Sox when it comes to pitching and putting people in kind of in the right positions and getting them to do the things that they think they should do well. So, like, they seem to convince people, like, this is what you're good at, we should do this. And they also have somewhat of an eye of finding the right person to slide in. Now, I know that was a little bit lacking last year in the bullpen. So they're starting to load up
the year
some
before.
Of these guys. And, okay, 2 years. Okay.
Just 2 years, not too many.
2 years.
I'm just talking about the bullpen, by the way.
But anyway, so I think that he's gonna. It's just yet another ticket that you're just like, well, let's see if this one wins, But also a guy that has some experience can come in and at least be somewhat serviceable out of the pen and maybe get stretched out of a couple innings if you need to. Take some pitches. He seems healthy. He can be healthy. So yeah.
Beef, where are you at on this one?
Oh, man. The White Sox are putting on a good face about Hicks, but bro has had his salary dumped twice in the last 8 months. He was part of that Rafael Devers deal. His salary got dumped to the Red Sox to defer some of all that fucking money that Devers is going to make, right? So they didn't want him. They had signed him to a 4-year deal. They threw his ass to the Red Sox. He went to Boston, stunk it up. The Red Sox then said, we'll attach one of our top 10 prospects to him to get him the fuck out of here so you guys he can be your fucking problem, okay? This I flashed back in my brain. It reminded me of when I was an intern. I was an accounting intern. I was at this reinsurance company meeting. They're giving out promotions to the directors, right? And there was one director that didn't get promoted. And they had to say nice things about him, even though he's eating shit in this meeting. Okay, that's what the Jordan Hicks discourse has been so far. Look, Jordan Hicks and Ian put it in the comments. Jordan Hicks was pretty good in 2023. Look, when Jordan Hicks was pretty good, Jordan Hicks was throwing 104, 103. The other day when Getz was saying they'd be out of the bullpen, MSS, you were talking about, he said Jordan Hicks is up to 98. Let me tell you something. The guy who needed to be at 104 at 98 is probably going to get clobbered. My thought is, assume he's nothing, and he should not block anyone from a roster spot. If there's some young guy that you want to try in here as a reliever, then you put Jordan Hicks on the fake IL, or you just tell him to pack his bags and get the fuck out of here. You spent the money on the prospect, and that was it. He's part of it. Now, he could come in and be just totally fine, MSS, like you mentioned. It's kind of a lottery ticket. It's a lottery ticket situation. If he shows up and he's totally decent, great. Throw him in there and bulk innings or whatever and get some use out of him. But I'm counting him as absolutely zero right now. I'm counting him as fucking nothing. And he looks like absolutely just we're dumping this guy's salary. And like in the old NBA days when they would dump salary, they would never even let the guy suit up. They'd tell the guys fucking stay at home and collect their money. That's what I would do with Jordan Hicks.
I don't think they're going that far with him. I think that the velo still being there, his ability to get a ground ball still being there, that they want to check it out. They want to see what they're going to get out of it. But I think that there's a lot of things against him when you look at the Sox overall roster, right? They want to keep the 2 Rule 5 guys. So those guys have to be there. Prelander Baroa, who is a fireballer,
he'll start on the 60. Probably. He's going to come back at some point.
Yeah, and so like you better be good by that point, because otherwise you're gone and gone in not a good way, right? Like I think the best scenario for the Sox is that Hicks comes out, has enough control, gets enough ground balls, is throwing hard enough that someone's interested in him, who's got some bullpen problems, and they could get rid of him. Sox will have to eat the money. I think the Sox definitely have to eat that money, which I think they've already committed to here.
I think that's right.
And the way that they did this, at least according to like Cott's contracts, is spread out. So like they're getting $4 million a year from Boston.
Oh, okay. To cover.
That's the way they have it set up. So I'm assuming it's right, but who knows? But I think that they're looking at it like, okay, we could add this, $8.5 million per year, and just eat it. And if they can, they'll trade him when Baroa is back to being ready. But the problem is if any of these other things work out, where guys with options make a spot on the team, like you run out of spots, and so you have to decide, like, do I want to keep these Rule 5 guys that I really like, or do I want to keep Jordan Hicks, who I'm not sure if the career is just over? And like, there's a strong possibility that he just ends up on the outside looking in on this bullpen, which is crazy if you just think back a few years about like how excited people were about Jordan Hicks.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tracy's the perfect fake IL candidate. You say, you remember that shoulder you had? It's just acting up a little bit. You fucking hide him on the IL, and then if guys get hurt or whatever, then you bring him back and he's in a bulk row or whatever. Like I was kind of thinking, like he's probably that guy you can do that with, because you're right. There's a lot of we should be happy though that there are a lot of guys hanging around here for the spots. So this way, in theory, you should be able to get out of the group. You should be able to get a good bullpen out of that. But yeah, I just don't see that he figures in very prominently in what they're going to do.
But I like them doing a creative move. I like the idea of all of this. Like I think it's interesting, and we already touched on the multiple players to be named later. I thought that was interesting. I do want to just touch on really quickly Inebriated. They have hated that guy for so long. I'm just glad that he's gone so that he could go catch on somewhere else or do something else. And I'm taking all the blame for Drew Romo.
Why did you do that?
I mentioned the poor son of a bitch last week, and now he's out the door. I feel I gotta take a little blame.
You know what though, Chorizy? I'm hopeful that he makes it through waivers. And then they can just hide him off the 40 man because he looks like he's got the skill set where he can become a number 2 catcher. It looks like he might be one of the guys.
Former top 100 prospect, as we talked about.
I mean, like it would be nice if they could keep him around. I understand the numbers game. With Inebriated, I just can't believe that they gave up the Marilyn Manson-esque flexibility that they would always be talking about. I was like, oh, this guy, man, he's got tons of flexibility. I was like, bro, what you talking about? Like getting rid of a rib so you can do something, you know, like what kind of flexibility we got here? So
it was so weird when they talk about that. But on the rumor mill, a guy that we really like. I think this is another guy, personality-wise, that we're like, oh, man, I want to see this guy succeed. They're saying Mike Vassal's going to get an opportunity to compete for a rotation spot.
Yeah.
Beef, what do you think about Mike Vassal competing for a rotation spot?
It's interesting because I just had Sean Sullivan on the Au, and he does a lot of modeling, and he was doing some pitch modeling, whatever. And we were talking about Vassal, and we were talking about how, as opposed to other pitchers that he was analyzing, his model was suggesting different pitch mixes for the other guys, but not so much for Vassal. The model kind of lined up basically with how he actually threw in games. And we were talking about, like, is he just very good at mixing his pitches? And the consensus is that he probably is, that he's comfortable throwing a lot of different pitches and different counts. But the thing we were focusing in on was how good he was at getting ground balls. And you guys remember that. And he'd put runners on base, but he would always get that clutch ground ball. They'd turn a fucking double play. And Sean was focusing in on the fact that against the right-hand hitters, he was really using sweeper as a weapon against them and getting a lot of drop, and that's where he was getting his ground balls. And against the lefties, he's getting the sinker changeup combo to get these guys to just pound the ball, to top the ball into the ground. And so looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I think Mike deserves an opportunity here. I think we thought that last year when he was pounding out 100 innings out of the bullpens, like, hey, you're coming into the next year and you sign Sean Newcomb and say he can get a shot at starting. Why wouldn't Mike Vassal, who kind of did it for you last year, get a shot at starting? But then something struck me, Chorizy, and let me ask you a question here, because then in the back of my fucking head, I was like, motherfucker, the Sox have a very crowded 40-man roster and a lot of guys that are out of options, Chorizy, and it struck me as like, are we getting up for the letdown? Are they going to put Mike Vassal in a spot where you're competing for a rotation spot, and when you don't get it, guess what? We're sending you to Charlotte to work on being a starter.
Or we got to get you back to reliever mode.
To reliever, so we can send you to the minors.
Yeah. This is I had this exact thing written. And like I felt like I was just being like conspiracy theorist guy that I am. And I said, when I look at the current roster, he's one of the guys in the pen that still has options. So are they going to have him compete? Then go, oh, we have to start him down in Charlotte to get him back into reliever mode, which is total bullshit.
Total bullshit. It would be anti-Getzian from what he's done so far.
Yes.
But he seems to be right now in the mode of try to accumulate as much talent and hold it right now. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I had the same worry. I hope that's not the case. You know what though? I hope they are trying that. I hope they are fucking trying that. And Vassal comes out and is so fucking good that they have no choice but to have to cut somebody and say, oh, this motherfucker's a starter. He's a starter.
That'd be sweet.
I don't agree with you guys. I think that they are doing things in good faith now. And they probably went to Mike last year and said, hey, listen, you're do this for us this year, and we will let you get another chance at doing the starting gig. And so they're just giving him that chance that they promised. And I think, Getz said it. He's like, you got to be honest with these guys and you got to tell them these things. And he's trying to do things a little bit differently than just being, like he was talking in the recap podcast. You talk to these guys and you tell them the truth, and you try to operate as a truth person. So, and I think that's what they're doing. They're giving them the opportunity to try. Now, and I just hope that that's what it is, because I think that they're getting a lot of good press on that, and I just hope that that's continuing. So I'm hopeful that they're just saying, hey, you earn this, we're giving you the shot, and we'll see what happens. And it's a win-win for them anyway, because he still will be just as good as he was last year. He's got that fire, coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he could throw 2-3 innings like he did before.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so like you can do that again. And I really hope that this is all in good faith and it's not some shady shit that you guys are trying to set me up for.
It's not shady in the way that it's like deceitful. It's more like these are the guys who they could send out. Like he's one, and the guy on the offensive side is Brooks Baldwin. So those are two guys that I think belong as they're major leaguers in my opinion. But if they play the numbers game very strictly, could end up in Charlotte for a little while where they're trying to figure out what they want to do here. And then I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't end up that way.
It feels a lot like that in many situations on this team, and it's just kind of the position they've put themselves in. Which in one case it's great, where it's like, let's have we don't have a solid guy here. Let's put a bunch of guys and see what comes out. But when that decision comes down, and there's a guy that you think I want to see a little bit more of him in the major leagues, and then you have a guy that has options, it goes badly for the guy with options. And I'm nervous about that myself. So speaking about being comfortable in things like that,
nervous.
Munetaka Murakami got the Sox to install a bidet or bidets. And it sounds like some of the minor league teams are doing it now too. MySoxSummer, you're our resident bidet guy. How are you feeling about this situation?
I mean, welcome to the fucking future. They should have done this 20 years ago. I mean, bidets are the best thing going. They are nice. And I have the cheap, shitty one. And because it shoots the cold water on my ass, as opposed to the heated and the fan and all this other stuff. You can get really, really nice ones, and they play music and they're soothing and it warms. This toilet seat is warm on you. It's just, this is the way it should be, and I remember, and I've brought this up before on the podcast, Will Smith, crazy ass lunatic. But one of the smartest things I ever heard him say was like, if you got shit on your arm, would you take a dry paper towel and just wipe it off? No, you would clean that shit. You would wash it. So the wet wipes was the first swing. That's an introductory. That's training wheels bidet. And then you get the bidet where you can just literally get a nice spit shine on that butthole and get a nice clean wipe and just clean yourself off, and you are fine. So the only thing that was shocking about this, boys, and I don't know if you remember, but White Sox Premium, Kendall, he unleashed like a paper saying how unhygienic bidets are and how it's the grossest thing ever. And I'm talking paragraphs, 4 paragraphs in the White Sox Premium Facebook page against bidets. And I'm like, this guy's a lunatic. I had no idea there was haters of the bidets, because most people that I know love them. Once you get one, you love it. It's a weird thing to get into, and I probably wouldn't have if our house didn't come with one. But once I experienced the bidet, never going back. It's a great fucking thing.
Beef, where are you at on this?
Look, I'm not out here to kink shame anyone, okay? But these people that are super pro bidet, like MySoxSummer, I've seen them on the internet too.
Wally too.
You're all big fucking weirdos. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Okay, I've given myself an enema before. It is not pleasant. Okay, there's not supposed to be a thing shooting all the way up in there like that. Okay, it's a little weird that you're so hyper and excited about it. It's just kind of a bizarre thing to be really into. I'm not trying to kink shame you. Enjoy your weird sex shit, but it's not for the mainstream. All right, if you want to use it in the privacy of your own home, good. This turned me off a little bit about Mooney. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Too much bidet talk,
What about you, Chorizo?
Well, I'm wondering about Beef now though, because you're worried that you're because I know what you're pointing out. The 2 horniest guys that we know love this.
It's an over the moon talk about it. Is what is very weird. It's that's better than that. That's a little better than that. You should try that, because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, this thing. But this is the better version. No, this is These guys are drooling. They're excited. I can't see, but he might be Chubb. I don't like. It's a little too much as far as the bidet excitement.
But do we not want a guy who is a massive Hideki Matsui fan and wants to live in his, like live up to his greatness? Shouldn't he be a little weird? A
little weird, clean,
we'll
and
see.
clean.
Hits enough home runs, it'll be okay.
I want to know now. I want to know about his collection, his video collection. Like, is this the video collection matching Hideki's? That's something that's we need our investigative journalists to figure out. That's what we need to
maybe
on that.
We'll find out.
But I actually I don't have any strong bidet feelings either way. I know MSS is very pro. I didn't know BeefLoaf is very anti.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm anti. It's just weird how excited they get about it.
I feel like you are because you're calling people who like them weird.
They're weird.
So
They're weird.
I think you're anti bidet. So we're torn in half here. I've never used one, so maybe I need to test it out and
you can borrow. You can come in and do ours.
No, that sounds weird. That sounds weird. That sounds.
You see, now you're getting on my side, Trees. See, I knew you would.
Come over to my house and take a shit. Like it's
weird. If it happens, it happens.
Weird comment to give me. A weird comment.
I've shed at the Loaf's house.
Yes, you have. Emergency.
It was an emergency shit.
It's good times. That's good times right there.
All right. It's time for thank yous and GFY. MySoxSummer, who are you thinking of GFY?
I mean, obviously, a big thank you to all of the guests that we had at our Reggie show. White Sox Dave, Scott Merkin, Sammy P, and Brooks Boyer. Giving us your time, then on a busy weekend like that. And late, it's a late night. We didn't start till like 9:20. That's a late night for a lot of these guys. Well, not Sammy P, but it's a late night. So I appreciate them coming out there, but also the fans. Like, it's nice that we're able to be old men and go out there and still gather a crowd of people and put on a fully financed by us event, and you guys come out and pay money for it, and you come and do it and support it, because there ain't no other blog or podcast doing these things. No one's taking this risk, and it's a risk every year that we have taken. That okay, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna fucking do a $5,000 bar tab and sell some tickets, and hopefully not lose our ass. Because it's our money on the line, and what, despite what you think, we do not get paid as much as you think, but that's okay. So I'm happy when people show out and come out and do that stuff, and so it is very important. And so even you're like, oh, well, it's just this, it's just that. No, it's more than that. Like, you're supporting something so that it will continue to happen again, hopefully next year. So like, if it doesn't, it doesn't. So I appreciate that. And then also thank you to the Sox just for being nice to us and letting us come in there and be media and taking care of us, taking care of, all sorts of things. I was happy as hell last weekend. And it was just, even though I was hungover and I couldn't even really open my eyes that well on Sunday, I was still happy that we had such a great time in this last 2 days. So good times.
Beef, who are you thinking of GFY?
You know what? Ditto all that shit. But I also want to thank Sean Sullivan for being my guest on the Au Jus this week. A very intellectual Au Jus. If you haven't checked it out yet, he goes way in the weeds. I link his paper on there where he runs some modeling on White Sox pitchers, pitches they could fix and pitch mix, etc. And we're gonna try to go long form on some of those topics in the future. Again, I had a lot of good positive feedback on that. So thanks, Sean. Appreciate you doing that with me.
I want to thank Gabriel for wishing a sty.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? I wasn't that close to you, buddy.
I just want to thank everybody who came to Reggie's. I mean, it's awesome to I've played in bands where you tell everybody, hey man, we got this great show, we're very excited and stuff, and like 5 people show up. I played a show in Philadelphia to a wall. There was no one at the fucking show. We just played to a wall. I've experienced that, right? Like, so when it's fucking 7:30 doors and it's 7 o'clock 25 people roll through the door. And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just like,
It's a
we're
good
coming
thing.
in.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, man. And I can't tell you how much it means to me, and like how much the the nerves of like, all right, are we gonna get enough people here? Are we gonna do all this? Is this gonna be good? When you motherfuckers show up and it's just like it just feels like we're in the seats. We're just getting ready to go.
Yep.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I fucking love it. But thank you all. We'll talk to you all very soon. Have a great night and have an awesome fucking weekend.
Thanks for spending your little Friday with us. Hope you enjoyed yourself. We gave you your fill of baseball, beer, and bullshit. Now it's time for you to go do horny stuff. We'll see you next week. Espanol. That's adios, motherfucker.